Brought to you by Podcast City Network.
It is time to play.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show. Let's go! A shot of entertainment to the head.
No doubt.
So sit back, relax,
Put your drinks up!
and enjoy the entertainment.
Okay.
Now we come to the payoff.
Let's rock.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Everett Lee Show podcast. I'm Everett Lee. Quick shout out to all my followers on Twitter. You can follow me at @TheEverettLeeShow, Facebook.com/TheEverettLee. Hit that thumbs up. And also, Podcast City Network. Head over to podcastcity.net for this podcast and many more podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cut the damn music. Well, welcome to another exciting podcast of The Everett Lee Show. I am not alone this week. I have two guests with me. But before I get to that, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors of Podcast City Network. I'd love to give a shout out to Sportsanity. Head over to sportsanity.com for the latest apparel from Podcast City Network. Head over there and get yourself a Podcast City Network t-shirt. Let them know that Everett Lee and Chris Carnage sent you. Also, City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida, the official host of Draft Day. Head over to City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida for Draft Day, and you can enjoy many sports programs and also pool tables, outdoor, indoor entertainment, and much, much more. And Atlantic Sounds in Daytona Beach off of International Drive. Atlantic Sounds is the official host of Record Store Day on April 21st. Head over to Atlantic Sounds in Daytona Beach for Record Store Day and say hello to Chris Carnage and company and pick yourself up a flyer and Podcast City Network t-shirt. Well, speaking of Chris Carnage, I want to mention that Chris Carnage right now, he's watching the Orlando Magic live playing a game in Orlando right now. He will call in later on and give an update on what's going on and what to expect from the Chris Carnage Show and the Podcast City Network. But let's jump right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the podcast, I welcome back Robyn Nelson from Wrestle Podcast. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Thank you for having me on again.
Awesome. Well,
it's going to be a fun night, brother. Fun night.
It is. I'm also not alone. Me and Robyn's not alone. Joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from Deathmatch Russell Podcast is none other than David C. Russell. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? What's going on, gang? Let's kill us tonight. Let's have fun. It's all about fun tonight.
Yeah, that's all. The Everett Lee Show is about fun, man. It is about fun. And I am so happy and ecstatic that I have both of you joining me tonight, man, on this Wednesday night.
This almost sounds like a Ren and Stimpy episode. Oh, joy. Happy, joy, you know? Come on. You know?
Damn.
Yes, sir, right? Have the old Ren and Stimpy. Why not?
Let me throw Ric Flair in there for you guys.
Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We will also, tonight on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. If you're living underneath a rock, you need to crawl out and let people know that Robyn Nelson from Wrestle Popcast and David C. Russell from Deathmatch Russell Podcast is on live on the Everett Lee Show, brought to you by the Podcast City Network. Guys,
Roll out and let people know that Robyn Nelson from Wrestle Popcast and David C. Russell from Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Okay. So what's going on?
Well,
Sorry.
all I got to say is a lot of wrestling has happened over this past weekend, man. We had Ring of Honor in New Orleans. We had NXT and WrestleMania, which we'll be talking about and covering tonight on the podcast, man. First, before we get into all that, I want to know what you guys have been up to. Robyn, what's been going on with Wrestle Popcast? I listened to the last couple podcasts. Excellent.
Oh yeah, I had a podcast with Danny Gaucher. She's a fashion designer that makes women's clothing on the catwalks on Broadway, and she also makes wrestling gear on the side as well, and luchador wrestling gear and masks as well. She's won a lot of awards for her, fashion, and she is real known for her wrestling gear. So any pro wrestlers that are listening to this podcast, hit up Danny Gaucher, and she will hook you up on some awesome ring gear. And then I also had another podcast with Thomas D. Bruff, who owns Pro Liberty Women's Wrestling. It's a wrestling organization out down south over in the Tennessee area. It's all about women's wrestling, and right now they just do tapings, and you can go onto their website to buy and watch some of their DVDs of some of the great talent they have.
Awesome.
And also, I'm sorry.
No,
and also
ahead.
This weekend, I'm going to War Wrestling in Lima, Ohio, one of the oldest wrestling promotions ever. Greatest ever. Check it out, War Ohio Wrestling. And then this Sunday, I'm going to a TV taping of Ring of Honor in Columbus.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Hey, could I bring it up? Or shall I wait till you tell us? I'm sorry.
David C. Russell from Deathmatch Russell Podcast. I listened to your podcast yesterday talking about what to expect right before NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania, man. What else and what's been going on with you, man? What have you...
But, man, I'll tell you what. I just had, a couple weeks ago, I had a couple of guests on from H2O. We, as a local organization, the Hardcore Hustle, run by Matt Tremont, the one and only Bulldozer. He runs a lot of wrestling, and he's CZW Deathmatch Wrestler, and he's just Deathmatch Wrestler all together. He's getting ready to travel to a couple shows soon. He's doing a lot, and I just had Mickey Knuckles on, and we were just talking about, this week was WrestleMania week. That was our WrestleMania weekend, right? We just had some deathmatch. We just had like a little show. It was fun, just a local show for the fans, and then we just brought up also this weekend. I'm sure you're seeing it all over the news, and it's been on Twitter. It's been everywhere that Game Changer Wrestling was at New Orleans for WrestleMania weekend for WrestleCon. They had two shows. The first one was Bloodsport, and then the second show was Joey Janela's Spring Break 2. And they're going to be coming to New Jersey next year. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a blast. But also, I want to tell you, this guy, Robyn Nelson, he's going to be making his debut at GCW in May with me, Deathmatch Russell. We're going to be tagging up, and we're going to be going to GCW Takes Over Chicago for a couple of shows, Freelance Wrestling and Chicago, and GCW's show on Saturday. 2 shows. It's going to be insane. Am I right?
Yes, you are. It's going to be some great show. Freelance Underground Wrestling is where it's at, man. I'm so looking forward to that.
That is awesome. Tell me more about this, man. I want to hear about this.
Yes, David. Tell us about Freelance Underground Wrestling. Tell how awesome it is.
Do you have the lineup in front of you? I don't have it in front of me. Do you have that lineup in front of you, Robyn?
No, I don't.
Can you pull it up? Can you pull it up? He's not prepared. Pull it up. I'm not prepared. I'm fired. Where's that? Where's your fired by Vince McMahon? Come on. You're fired.
Hey,
You guys are
I
great,
didn't know he
man.
was going to talk about that. This is going to be my first time. I've heard freelance pro wrestling for the very first time. I'm not really familiar with it, but I heard it's just intense and off the hook. So, since David brought it up, I didn't think he was going to bring it up on the show. If he did, I would have been ready for it.
He's excited, man. He's excited. He's excited. So why not?
Yeah, right? Come on. Let's have fun. Shit.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah. I just want to throw this out here to the viewers. I decided to remove the filter from the Everett Lee Show. I know ELS Uncut is unfiltered and stuff, but ladies and gentlemen, I've decided to say, fuck it. Let's do it.
Let's go for the gun shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
No holds barred, just like me. My podcast, I'm not censored. Whenever I'm on, you know that. All my guests are crazy, insane, and
Hey, quit it.
crazy.
Quit it, you guys. I got virgin eyes, you son of a bitches. Virgin ears.
Virgin eyes. Virgin.
I'm at ears.
Oh, my
Ears.
goodness.
But let's get right into it, and I'll tell you, I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yes.
We have some local talent. Actually of the freelance. I think his name is Craig Michaels or Mitchells is part of them. And Robbie, you see that, right? I can't pronounce these guys' names. Come on, let's see if you can pull it up. Come on, Robbie.
All right. I'm going to pull it up right now. Hold on. I'll pull it up and we can read some. Are you reading it up for the upcoming Chicago show, or is it one in Jersey?
Yes. No, it's the Chicago.
Chicago? All right, hold on.
Freelance.
I'll put that up real quick, damn it.
So anyway. You saw my face right now.
See, I didn't know we were going to talk about this, man. I thought we were going to talk about Mania, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT.
Yes, we are.
You surprised me on this one.
We are, man. When you go, anything happens when you go live on the Everett Lee Show, man. Anything happens, man. Anything happens.
Hey, Everett.
Yes.
Hey, Everett. I just want to say, I dig your shirt you're wearing right there.
Ooh,
I got one of them represent. The Macho Man loves podcast. Yeah, dig it.
Oh, yeah. Dig it, brother. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I actually found one of those T-shirts at a thrift shop one time, man, for like $2 at a Goodwill.
Oh, man. I can believe it. I found a New Day shirt at one of the thrift stores I went to a few weeks ago. Kid size.
Actually, I found it in Virginia. I think I found it in Virginia at a Goodwill.
Oh, that's cool.
When I went to a POW's Deathmatch tournament, yeah. I was building gimmicks.
And you got it for a quarter, didn't you?
that. Oh.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta lay those in there, man. I don't know how I'm gonna handle you guys tonight because I better
Man up.
Hey, you don't want us together. This is going to be a wild show tonight.
It is. It's going to be a wild show.
Wait,
now, did one of you guys actually pull up the thing?
Hold on. You got it up too?
I did. I'm going to let David talk about it. That's his baby. So I'm just riding on the magic carpet ride.
Right.
No
That's
ifs,
why,
no stops.
since day one. Since day one, Nick Gage and, this whole John Zandig, it was phenomenal how it first launched out. And you're cracking up over there. I see you. Too many kids see our faces.
Oh, yeah. This is great. This is great.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, it looks like I got a number calling in right now. Let me add it to the call. Here we go.
Ooh.
Hello, caller. You're live on the Everett Lee Show.
Hey, man. It's your number one fan.
It's Doug. It's the Doug, man. Doug. Doug. Guys, let's get a Doug chant. Doug. He is Podcast City Network's #1 fan. Welcome, Doug.
So how's it going, man?
Good. I expected you to call, but I expect you to call later. But this is good. How you been?
Oh, not bad. I mean, fact is that I've been at work, working my butt off pretty much every day.
Yeah, did you catch? I know you catched this weekend's wrestling with Wrestlemania and NXT.
Oh yeah, I mean and also I was at work. I was going to call in. Unfortunately, by the time I got to my break room, you had already we're doing your pre-prediction show. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to what you guys have to say. Awesome.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good show tonight. Got Robyn Nelson from Wrestle Popcast. Got David C. Russell from Deathmatch Russell. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great, and I love that you called in and just chilling with us tonight, man.
Wouldn't do it any other way.
Awesome. Well, sit back, Doug, and watch the entertainment for tonight, man.
Of course, I'm also representing your other guy that does the podcast, Mr. Chris Carnage, tonight.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. You are representing Mr. Chris Carnage, which he'll be calling in later tonight. He's at the Orlando Magic's game, and he'll be calling in with an update and a little bit talking about Chris Carnage show and more things to come.
Everett.
Yeah, I was told that he wanted me to actually be on his show, so I'm going to spread myself over to his show. I'll also be on you guys every once in a while.
All right. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for calling in. All right?
Yep.
All right, man.
Wouldn't do it any other way.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, David. That's Podcast City Network's #1 fan.
That's priceless.
He is. He shows up at all the events that we do, man. He does.
All right. Who's got it? Who's got it?
Who's got it?
You got it, Robyn?
Who's got it?
Got what?
The card, Robyn. The card.
I got the card. I'm letting you do it. That's your baby.
All right.
You're more familiar with that. So
David,
you can share it with
roll with it,
Everett
man.
audience.
Go for it. Let it loose.
Let it loose.
Yes.
Let it loose, but I'm not a long necked goose. Thank you. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
As I said before, Craig Mitchell from Freelance Underground. Craig Mitchell from Freelance Underground alongside Kylie Rai, or Ray, or whatever her name is.
Yes.
Of course, the man, Nick fucking Gage, Joey Janela, Milo Extremo from DDTU. You have Synclape from DDTU. You got Marcus Crane. You got Reed Bentley. This list is insane, man. Like, you just see this lineup, you're like, you want to be there. You got Everett, some local dude. His name's like Iris, and Iris Vanslo, Dennis Lela, something. I don't fucking know. But you got Gringo Loco is another guy who's who they have announced. So,
dude, that sounds like an awesome card, man.
But you know what the cool thing is? They're not releasing the matches till the show, and that's a good thing. I like how they're just gonna tell the names, and then fans got to see it.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it, man.
You know, but they're mixed. So yeah, Freelance is gonna mix it up that night one with them, with GCW, collide with their roster and Freelance's roster, and then night two is all GCW on Saturday night.
Wow.
Let me just say violence upon violence of ultra violence.
Damn. I think my nephew, my other co-host McShaft, he showed me some footage from GCW, man. He showed me a match it was a fluorescent light bulb match, man. I couldn't believe all the stuff that was happening, man. They go hardcore. They do, don't they?
Dude, let me just say that, do you remember the old sick Nick Mondo from CZW?
Yes.
And do you remember the famous roof dive?
Yes.
Roof
yes.
bump?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Joey Janela and John Zandig just did the same thing way back, and it was all over social media, man. It was on news networks. We hit it was on like ESPN Sports Zone Mexican shows, and it was all over the place, man. It hit the nation. People were like, holy shit. Like, GCW was a place to be, because they bring the ultra violence and high flying independent wrestling and, top talent from all over the world. It's insane.
That is
promotion you want to come to. And in June they're going to have their tournament of survival, and that is like the bloodbath upon bloodbath of your deathmatch tournaments. And deathmatch, we're lucky to have that.
That is awesome. I'd love to see
I'd love to see
if
you're into the blood, the guts, yes, the guts. Sometimes the guts do show out, yes, but still out. But no, if you love violence and if you're a fan of that stuff, just check it out. Go to a show, look it online, stream it live online at Powerbomb TV and all the other websites and Smart Mark Video. Purchase a DVD. They got a lot of merchandise too. It's really awesome.
That is awesome. Have you ever been to an event like that, Robyn?
Yes.
You have. It reminds me, from what I've seen, reminds me of Mick Foley as Cactus Jack wrestling Terry Funk in that barbed wire match. Did y'all remember that match, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, man.
That one was epic. Or how about the classic UWF match where the steel cage was barbed wire and bamboo, where he had Bobby Fulton and the Fantastics and the sheep herders, who are known as, the bushwhackers, and some deadly barbed wire rubbing each other's foreheads on the wire and stuff too.
I did not catch that. I'm going to have to look that up. I am definitely going to have to look that up, because when I saw the hardcore match with Cactus Jack and Terry Funk with the explosives and just the barbed wire, and just when they left, they were like tomatoes when they left, man. Their face was so red. And Mick Foley, in his biography, if you remember, if you've read his first biography, he said on the plane ride home, he smelled dead flesh. He smelled like dead flesh. And then when he got home, his wife was like, "What's that smell?" And he had his arm bandaged up, and he unrolled it. His skin was still cooking from the explosions. Is that not crazy?
That's wild.
It is. It is just crazy.
Flesh will burn.
I know. And I got to throw this out here before we jump into talking about NXT. David, you do a good Mick Foley impersonation you sent me earlier. I want to hear it.
You want me to just do it for everybody out? What the hell, right?
Yeah. What the hell, man? Go for it.
All right. Well, hey, it's your old friend Mick Foley here, and we're all here at a podcast. I'm here with the host of Podcast City, Everett Lee, and my pal, friend of Wrestle Popcast, Robyn Nelson, and myself, Deathmatch Russell. You all have to check them out online, So when I was young, I used to climb up top stuff real high. Because I like pain. Bang, bang. Have a nice day.
Awesome. Love it. I love it, man. I love it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hey, by the way, Mick, say hi to your sexy daughter Noah Foley for me.
Oh, I sure will. I'll do that for you.
Hey, or like how Yogi says it, he's smarter than the average bear. Yee.
Yes. Yes.
I have one of those too, man. Let's jump right into this, man. Let's jump right into this. NXT TakeOver New Orleans. This right here had 5 solid A+ matches, man. From the opening match all the way to the main event. It was great. It was great. Especially starting off with the first match. They decided not to hold anything back. Let's go out there. Let's start off with the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. You had Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. Guys.
Ricochet's debut.
Yes.
Ricochet's debut.
That was
awesome.
Ricochet, he pulled out all the stops. He went out there and he did what he does best. Did he not?
Yeah.
He did. He did.
Yeah, he did. He did everything. He was flying everywhere, putting his body out there everywhere, man. He was looking crisp and solid on all of his moves in the ring. And also, who else looked very solid in that match, too, was EC3. Very impressed.
Yeah. What about you, David? Who looked pretty solid to you in that match?
Well, you know what? I've seen Ricochet as early in his young career, you know, at Jersey All Pro Wrestling and a couple of other places. He top talent. He's going places. He is. He's on his A game.
He is.
He's on his A game.
He is.
You know.
I looked up some stuff on Ricochet on when he was in I think it was What Culture's wrestling promotion, and him and his girlfriend Tessa Blanchard, they were excellent, and Ricochet is just one of the talents. Triple H, he did great by signing Ricochet and letting him keep his name. He did.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least he didn't go by Prince Puma like he did in Luchador Underground Wrestling. I mean, his Prince Puma gimmick was just as good as well, but I like when he went back to Ricochet.
Yeah, because he definitely was Prince Puma in Lucha Underground, man. He definitely was. All I got to say is that this crowd, they didn't even know really who to chant with. It's like whoever had the spots in this match, they chanted for him, man. Velveteen Dream even looked good, man. And when Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan got into it, man, I was like, holy crap, you got 2 big guys, man. 2 big guys. I love it when you got the 2 big guys when they square off against each other. It's classic, you know? And they just... Lars Sullivan, I watched him when he came to Daytona Beach for NXT live events. This guy, man, watching him live is fantastic. He's a monster, man. He is a monster. But
there were 2 big guys. Can I say something? There were 2 big guys in the GCW event as well. At the very end, they had like a main event guy. You had a guy from Germany and a Quebecer, a Canadian wrestler. My God, they took chop for chop.
It is. Big guys, man, and especially these big guys, they can move, man. Yeah. They can move. And my pick for this match to win it was Adam Cole. Who was your guys' pick? David?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
Robyn?
Dude, that was obvious. I love some Adam Cole, man. I knew he was going to get it because and he looked sweet with 2 belts on each of his shoulders, man. Mm-hmm. That's just straight priceless. And that belt he just won is so beautiful. It reminds me of a vintage, territorial championship title from back in the day. He's looking good with both belts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this North American Championship belt, it does remind me of a territorial belt. What do you guys think about the design and the look of this belt? I'll start with David.
Well, it doesn't have any barbed wire, that's for sure.
With no blood on it, right?
Yes.
How about?
Yeah, I had to bring it in. I had to. Come on.
That is awesome.
It was really sharp looking.
You know what you need to do about that, David? Why don't you reach out to Dave Milliken, who makes the belts, and tell him to make you a special barbed wire belt?
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna have a deathmatch. I want a Deathmatch Russell Podcast belt.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Robbie needs one too. Yeah. Robin's going to get one too. I think Everett's going to get one eventually. We're all going to have belts.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we should. We should all get belts.
When we each get a belt for a podcast, we should find a local wrestler to defend that belt.
That's a good idea, man. We're brainstorming. There's a wrestling school just 5 or actually 2 minutes from where I live, and it's run by Rob the Freak Terry, if you remember him from TNA.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he runs it just 2 minutes from my house here, man. Just 2 minutes from my house. Now, the way these guys used the ladder in this match was pretty amazing and pretty impressive. I knew.
It reminded me of. Go ahead.
I knew the ladder would come in play in some way. People were going to use the ladder in some shape or form, and it just was fantastic how they set the ladder up and just used it because someone was going to get hurt. And Lars Sullivan using a helicopter spin, I was like, okay, one guy has to do that, and it was him.
Yeah, Lars Sullivan looked good as well. His gimmick and how he is would have been perfect back in the 80s wrestling and Attitude Era. His whole gimmick and persona. Mm-hmm. Oh, he would have been super big back then, Lars, for being a big guy like he is today. Yeah,
definitely. What do you think, David?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's just say yeah. How's that?
Okay. All in all, this match, with Adam Cole capturing the NXT North American Championship, becoming the first guy to hold this, was the first of many surprises and many stuff and things to come for the Undisputed Era. The next match we got is the NXT Women's Championship match. We had Ember Moon defending the championship against Shayna Baszler. Now, this
you mean Shane Baszler?
Shane.
Shane looked more like a man than a woman wrestling Ember Moon.
Yeah. But she was fantastic in the Mae Young Classic, man. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, she was. She at first I thought she was a guy. I thought it was like a gimmick thing, like a guy who joined in the Mae Young Classic. But when I saw her wrestling, I was like, oh, that's a girl. Okay.
Yeah, she's swinging something, right?
She's swinging something. She definitely is swinging something now, after this match.
But all joking aside, she is a very good wrestler, though. I give her that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She what I like about her style of wrestling is she comes in there and she uses that MMA that she learned and that she uses with a little bit of more like technical and power slams when needed to, But the one thing that really got me was when Ember Moon got her in the move that she used to injure Ember Moon and other female NXT wrestlers, man. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, how does it feel now, huh? How's that feel? Having your hand stomped on and your elbow basically broke almost, you know?
Yeah. Hey, that was classic when Ember Moon did that. I was laughing. I was like, when Ember Moon did that, I was like, you go, girl. Tear that up.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me just say this, since we're talking about swinging things between the legs there, David. She took it like a man.
Yeah.
She took it like a man. Did she not?
Of course she did, man.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was a reincarnation of China.
I could see a lot of things coming for Shayna Baszler, you know, with her having
I do too.
A good run in NXT, man. She's definitely on top, and I don't know who else they're going to get. They're going to bring up through the developmental, because a lot of times when I see people come in and they have those quick squash matches and stuff, it's like, okay, they're developmental. I keep in mind, the back of my head, it's like, okay, I see stuff and I'm like, I don't take it too serious, because I know these people and the talent is developmental. Over time, they will grow and become a superstar. That's, you know.
That's the whole reason why I like NXT. Is they start from there, and you know they start off green to get mature, and then they prove themselves on NXT to earn their right to be up at Raw and SmackDown. And I love how NXT is Triple H's baby. Mm-hmm. He takes care of that like a concerned father and stuff. And you know, since he's done that, he's produced a lot of great wrestlers out of that training facility.
He has. He definitely has. What do you think, David?
And let's go back to Amber. Yes, I wanted to say, let's go back to Ember Moon. I've known her, seen her wrestle for the Combat Zone's WSU Academy. WSU's branch of the females wrestling, and she's the alumni of the CZW roster, and she's trained a lot of those girls, and she knows where she is, and we're glad that she made it big to where she is now.
Yeah, definitely. She's come a long way. She has come a long way, and I didn't know that. I didn't know too much about what she did prior to NXT. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of little tidbits. You don't know. CZW really was the stomping grounds for a lot of the females too.
That's cool. That is. I seen Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss back when they were starting out at NXT. I watched Becky Lynch do NXT live events before she debuted on NXT TV. I followed her career all the way up to where she is now. Alexa Bliss, same thing. I met her twice. Good person.
Bailey.
Watching
Bailey. Bailey. I've seen Bailey when she was really young from a local promotion.
Mm-hmm. It is. NXT is good, man. It's turned, talent, that developmental into stars. And it's awesome seeing that people that's on the main roster right now on Raw and SmackDown, and you think back, you're like, I remember watching them come into my town and performing. And it's so awesome. It is. It definitely is.
We're lucky to have wrestling, But where I am, I'm at the Jersey Shore, so the wrestling scene at the Jersey Shore really branched out to a lot of wrestling in the East Coast area territory for wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it definitely has.
That's the same with me. I live out in the Midwest area. I got Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, and they got the most kick-ass promotions out as well. And there's like a cream of crop up there, and you see some of them come from those promotions, and you see them on Raw and SmackDown as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's great. Just watching people you've seen in territories come up and actually hit it in NXT, man. It's fantastic. Moving on to
it's just like it's just like Drew Gulak, you know, from the CZW too. There you go. You know, he's doing his thing on 520 or 620. That, you know, he's doing his thing for the divisions too, and showing off his talents. You know.
Yeah. 205 Live.
You know? Yeah. Whatever the hell that's.
Oh, hey, you doesn't know what he's talking about. You've been putting too much spray on tan over there in the Jersey Show, David.
Yeah, you want to use some? Bottle. Wait, Everett, you're in Florida too. You can send him a bottle.
Hey, I love it, man. Yeah, go ahead and send me some of that tanning stuff with the little girl on there where the dog's pulling their shirts off.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
I can see a picture of that commercial with his face on it. We need to find who could crop the picture. In the bikini getting away.
Here's Johnny.
You gotta do that. Yo, that was
do it. I love it. That would be so cool, man. Do it.
Does your graphic guy do that? Your guy do that?
What's that?
Who does the graphics? Your friend, right?
The graphics, yeah. I do the graphics, and yeah, my co-host Chris Carnage, we do the graphics.
Oh my God! You need to tell him to put that up.
No, dude,
tonight.
that would be great. That would definitely be great. Have Robyn's head, you know, on a spray tan body on the beach.
Hey, if you do that, you gotta put David's head on one of the Jersey Shore Guido brothers' head too. You know.
Oh. All right. And then we gotta do something for do something for Everett, all right?
Oh, I'll definitely Photoshop myself in, man. I definitely would. I'll probably end up putting my face on one of the Jersey Shore.
We'll Photoshop Everett's head on a Lex Luger's body. The total Everett.
Oh man, the total package, Lex Luger.
It is.
Oh man, that'd be great. Ooh, yeah. I got a Lex Luger shirt, man. I got an Ultimate Warrior shirt. I got a lot of wrestling shirts. You ever sit there and go into your closet and you look and you're like, damn, it's like I got so many wrestling shirts. What am I gonna wear today?
Yeah. What am I gonna wear? I got a Deathmatch Russell hoodie on right now.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like this shirt, the Macho Man, has like, I opened up the thing and it was like the first thing I seen. I said, Macho, let's get savage tonight. Ooh, yeah. And I pulled it out.
Had to do a little excitement. Yeah. You know.
Match number 3, man. Match number 3.
Go ahead.
We got the Undisputed Era defending the NXT Tag Team Championships against the Authors of Pain and Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. And the winner of this match will become the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Who was your guys' pick to win this? Let's go with Robyn first.
That whole match was good, and Pete Dunne was looking good. I love some Pete Dunne, man.
Yeah,
he was doing good, but I didn't like what happened to him, you know, towards the end, man. That was the biggest betrayal ever, man.
Yeah.
I was yelling and cussing at that TV, and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch there?
Yeah.
Him joining Adam Cole and his posse. What the fuck?
But they teased it before, man. They teased it back when the Undisputed Era debuted. You know, they tried to get them to join because ROH guys stick together, man. What about you, David? What'd you think about this match, man?
I can say I'll just go with Pete Dundee, you know, Dunny or Dundee, you know, from fucking Australia.
It's done.
You know? It's done. Australian.
Yeah, he looked He looked great.
Australian for me, mate. I don't know this guy too much, so
he's great, man. He tears it up over in the UK. He does. He definitely does. I figured the authors were gonna win it for a second year, man, and I figured they were gonna recapture the NXT titles, win the Classic again for a second year, and build some more with these guys. But I was wrong. Especially with that swerve at the end. I did not see that coming, Right there, that was a shocker. That was like the moment of the night you did not see coming, man. Roderick Strong joining the Undisputed Era with their retaining the Tag Team Championships, and winning the Dusty Rhodes Classic,
Wow. Roderick Strong, talk about a guy, man. He came a long way too from his young youth career, Jeez.
Yeah. He has, man. When he debuted last year, it's been about a year, has it not, since he's been in NXT?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long was he? I mean, we know that, like FIP, FIP, Ring of Honor, and the other promotions, he was really, we knew what he was capable of.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the fact when, Triple H signed Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Especially, I loved Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole's feud they would have in New Japan Ring of Honor, man. That was just fantastic. And knowing that he got a hold of these guys, we knew that NXT... It was going to go places where it hasn't been before with these guys and this talent right here. And we've seen it. Yeah, we've definitely seen it, man. And Roderick Strong joining the Undisputed Era. What do you think now? Why Bobby Fish is on the sidelines? It makes sense right now because he's injured. With him coming back, do you think Roderick... they're going to keep him around until Bobby Fish comes back? Or when he does come back, is he going to stay or is he going to go?
You don't know. You don't know where.
Don't know. I am looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening now. The Undisputed Era, it was their night for championships. Adam Cole won the first ever North American Championship. They retained the NXT championships. They won the Dusty Rhodes Classic. There was a reason why Triple H signed these guys, and we definitely did see it.
He knows who to mark. He knows who to target, He knows the pinpoints of who, He knows the outcome of wrestling. And, he knows who's the talent is that's been sitting behind the curtain, and it's really that they want to shine,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like Steven Regal, how Steven Regal was at a lot of those Evolve shows?
Yeah.
Scouting talent,
Yeah. When I'd read something about him at shows, I'm like, he's scouting talent. Yeah. He is. And that's good because Triple H is keeping up who's hot on the indie scenes and keeping up with the current wrestling scene, And that's good.
Yeah.
That is. It definitely is. And
Rob, what do you think? We're talking.
Oh, I am. I just thought it was great. They're going to be the dynasty of NXT. I'm telling you, man. They're going to rule that whole roster and everything, and it's going to be just intense, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing next in NXT and who they're going to go after, and what's going to happen. It's just phenomenal, man. They got everything, man. It reminds me of back in the day, like the Four Horsemen, where they had all the belts, the tag team belts, the heavyweight championship belt, the TV title, and they had some other belts as well. And I could just see them as a dynasty just turn up NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sooner or later.
And I want to just say that there's one female talent that's local from the Combat Zone, CZW, WSU, Maria Manic. She just does Maria Manic, and she's keep your eyes out. She's making her waves.
Awesome.
For NXT.
Awesome. I will keep my eyes out, man. That is awesome.
Another one you should keep your eye out as well. She's been on Raw and SmackDown a few times, and she's an up-and-coming indie wrestler too. Is the 5 Most Wanted Stubborn Angel, Shauna Reed. Check out Shauna Reed.
Shauna Reed. Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm definitely going to have to check this out, man. I love it. I definitely love it. Checking out talent and stuff. I like going on YouTube and checking out and seeing talent I hear about and watching matches and stuff. I mean, like Ricochet, when I heard about him from my nephew, and who's my co-host, he told me about Ricochet, and I went and I Googled him and went on YouTube and watched some matches with What Culture. And like I mentioned, him in that mixed tag match with his girlfriend, Tessa Blanchard, who is, of course we know.
He's always had some good matches with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla,
Yes,
WWG.
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Oh, I love
speaking
Pro
of that,
Wrestling
if you're
Guerrilla.
going to mention that, if you're going to go that way too, and he's wrestled everywhere too, another great talent to check out as well is Trey McGill.
True. Trey McGill. I'll be seeing him this weekend at Best of the Best, tagging with Best of Best, and he'll be against his Myron Reed.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Myron Reed is another up-and-coming talent in Indy, and I could see him going up to Ring of Honor or NXT, man. Myron Reed is just good in the ring, period. He has solid matches. He's very crisp. People love him. He's going to be big someday.
Rob, do you want to tell them what promotion they're from?
Do what now?
You want to tell them what promotion they're from? Because you know a lot about that Rockstar Pro. Check.
Oh yeah, Rockstar Pro Wrestling in Dayton. They have all the big names. That's where OVE is from. Dave Chris, Shit Chris, Trey McGill, Zachary Wentz. They have a lot of big names that have come out of Rockstar Pro, and a lot of and now H2O is going to head over there and raid Rockstar Pro, just like Pro Wrestling Revolver did over in Dayton, Ohio. That's a kick-ass promotion to check out. They have live tapings. Rockstar Pro Wrestling in Dayton, Ohio.
Awesome, man.
And I'll see a lot of those guys. I'll see a lot of those guys this weekend too at Best of the Best at CZW.
That is cool. I love it. Now we have the main, or not main event, almost to the main event. We had Aleister Black going up against NXT champion Andrea Sienna Amos with Zelina Vega, Tommy Inn.
Oh my
Aleister Black.
That was the greatest match ever, and Vega couldn't even help her man at all. Aleister Black was on his A game, man. He was kicking some ass.
Oh man, yeah, Sienna. What do you guys think about Sienna, man? How'd you like it when he came out there? Okay, he came out to the ring wearing his mask that he wore back prior. Man, what do you think about that?
Oh, it was just bringing me back memories, man. I was so fanboying. I was like, holy fuck, that is just great, man. I was like, I did. My jaw dropped, and I was like, holy shit. I had to pinch myself. I was like, wow.
What about you, David?
I was just going to say that was a cool-ass mask. How was that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All I can say. Cool-ass.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
The whole match was cool. Vega looked good too, man. I mean, that match was very enjoyable, entertaining. It kept you on the edge of your seat because you really didn't know what was going to happen with that NXT title match, man. And boom. And then after that, Aleister Black, the new NXT champion, which was just awesome. And Vega screwed it up.
Yeah. The
opinion.
finish. What do you guys think about that finish, man? That I did not expect. I didn't expect that type of finish. What do you guys think about that, man?
Dude, I can't put words to explain it, man. I was sitting there like, it was just, it's hard to explain, dude. It was just like, fuck. That's all I have to say.
What do you think, David?
Crazy fuck. Crazy, and he said fuck. I like that. That was great. Yeah, it was really it was crazy, you know.
It was. I didn't expect.
Dude, that's what I like about NXT. NXT's the shit. They put on the best shows. They put on the best pay-per-views,
And guess
man.
what, Rob? Me and you, we're going to NXT next year, baby. WrestleMania, New Jersey. We're going.
Yep, I'm going to get my WrestleMania cherry popped.
Oh, man.
I am. That's on my bucket list, so my cherries can be popped on that.
True.
Now, Selena Vega, I just want to throw this out there. She reminds me of the stuff that she does. Remember when Lita first started joining up? Who the hell was the guy?
Where she helped the heart with Matt and Jeff? Yeah.
No, before that. S.A. Rio. That's his name. Remember S.A. Rio?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Yeah. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah. Selena Vega reminds me a little bit of that. How when Andreas would have his back turned, she'd jump in, do a little bit of something, and then jump back out there. The ref turn around like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm just standing here." You know, that's what I feel that they're gonna sooner or later. You're gonna see her come out there and actually have a really good match with somebody, because prior to where she is right now, she did some wrestling. She knows how to wrestle, but they haven't utilized her just yet. You think that's a good thing, that they're holding off until finally when she has an opponent that could step up, or that she can, go against?
I think they did a smart thing and have her where she's at right now, just to build her up, to get her a little bit more experience in her wrestling knowledge, to get her into the program of NXT, so she understands the whole program and what she needs to do to get done. And they're probably trying to find a certain wrestler that's training in NXT that could be her equal, where they can throw it onto a great match. I think what they're doing with her right now is smart. I think they just want her to learn a little bit more of the wrestling program in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely do. What do you think there, David?
I said definitely have to, definitely she, true. Like he just said, like Robert just said,
Yeah.
I'll agree on that one.
Yeah. I definitely have to say, that they will. She's learning, and eventually she will step out on her own. And when she does, people are going to be impressed, because they've. It's like hook, line, sinker. They've thrown a little bit just out there. Okay, they throw a little bit out there. They reel you in. Throw a little bit more, reel you in, and I think she's going to be great. But Aleister Black becoming the 13th NXT champion, man. I think it's awesome.
It is. He deserves it. I mean, he is so great in the ring, and I'm surprised they haven't pushed him up on SmackDown or Raw, man. I mean, he doesn't need to be in NXT. He's way higher than that. I mean, he's just good. And Triple H needs to move him up so he can be even better. Let him get some more competition.
I was just thinking back when I saw him actually at Best of the Best when he wrestled as Tommy End.
Mm-hmm.
And, wow, this guy is awesome. He deserves to be where he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. I figured after WrestleMania, I didn't expect him to capture the NXT championship. I figured he was going to lose. I hate to say it. And then I was going to expect to see him show up on like Raw or SmackDown. But
I thought the same thing too. Because I was thinking that he's either going to win it or he's going to go on the SmackDown or Raw roster. I totally agree with you on that as well. I thought the same thing. And then when they gave him the belt, I was like, okay, I kind of got an idea where they're going. Maybe they want him to have the belt first in NXT to prove himself, that he can be like a big star. in NXT with the championship, and see what he can do. And if he can pull that caliber off, then I can see Triple H going, okay, he could pull the show with the championship. Let's see what he can do in SmackDown or Raw next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think, David?
Absolutely. I'm just going to say that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was, you know me. I told you earlier.
Uh-huh.
But,
yeah. Yeah. It was great. I honestly think, David, that Tommy Aleister Black is going to have one hell of a run. I could even see him reuniting his feud with like Velveteen Dream or like Killian Dane coming after him, or Adam Cole or someone from the Undisputed Era going after him for that title now. He has that bullseye on his back.
I could see Adam Cole going after him. I can see Adam Cole going after him first.
Adam Cole?
Since he has 2 titles already, I think he'll go after and see if he can get a 3rd title.
Probably.
Yeah.
What do you think, David?
No, I was just going to say, you know what? You never know who else you could go against. You know what I mean? It's like just something else.
Yeah.
He could go, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely can. And wrapping up.
Spot of Raw, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
He's just one of the best. I know.
He's just awesome, man. He is. I want to throw this out here real quick before we move on to the last match. He does remind me of a Undertaker presence. You know what I mean?
He reminds me of a Braun Strowman that worships the witchcraft arts and Satanism.
Oh, we're going to get into this. I know, Braun Strowman. We're going to get into that Nicholas kid in a little bit, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We're definitely going to get into that, man. We are. We definitely are.
Hey, you got to love Nicholas. He got in trouble. He tested for taking too much Flintstone chewable vitamins, man.
Oh my God, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. David's ready.
Can't wait to talk about it.
David is ready.
Get ready to WrestleMania.
Yep.
I'm ready for it. Come on.
All right.
We're WrestleMania mode. Come on.
All right. Let's briefly, last match, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Now, let me just say, did Tommaso have one of the loudest chants that night of how much the crowd did not like him? Yeah. David's like,
Hey, man, that match was intense and brutal. That was the whole best match of NXT TakeOver, man. I thought that was the best match ever. They really beat the living shit out of each other. Freaking best friends, and they're like brothers and stuff. And they just tore the living crap out of each other. That was my favorite match of TakeOver.
You're right, because you know why we know where they've evolved from. A lot of wrestlers, where they came from, and just to think that they are doing what they're doing now, they can show why they need to be on TV, on Raw.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're talking about Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Do you remember when Tommaso was in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, man? That was just fantastic, man. That was just fantastic, was it not?
Yes.
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is the shit. They got a lot of great talent that came out of there, man. PWG, baby.
Yeah, PWG, man. Let me throw this out here since you brought it up earlier, David, about PWG. When me and my nephew in November went to Fort Lauderdale for Ring of Honor, we went to the merch table. I got to talk briefly to Christopher Daniel and Frankie Kazarian, just briefly, because I commented on Frankie's shirt, his Metallica shirt. My nephew bought 2017 Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Blu-ray, and we watched that, man. We're like, holy crap.
Dude, I have like every old Pro Wrestling Guerrilla DVD. I got their T-shirt. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Awesome. Their company's
yeah, their company's great, man. It definitely is. It is definitely a great company and a lot of good talent coming in and just Battle Los Angeles. I just love it. I love it, man.
Yeah,
I definitely love it. But with
gotta get out there. Gotta get bucket list. Gotta go. Bucket list. Gotta go. You know.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Gotta go. I'd love to go. My nephew even talked about it. We gotta go to California, go for it. I'd love to go to it, man. I'd love. Tell you what, you, David, Robyn, me, and my nephew, McShaft, my other co-host, we all should go out to California one year for Battle Los Angeles.
Let's do it.
We should.
Man.
That would be fun.
I
I grew up out in California, so that would be fun, dude.
Dude, that would be awesome, man. We just go out there, hang out there for 3 nights of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Oh my God, man!
Yeah.
And since we're down there, we'll have to go see Blood Brothers, and then also see Hollywood professional wrestling too.
Yeah, dude, man, it'd be so great.
DJ's other company. Yeah, DJ's other company's a part of.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And it'd be fantastic.
Go piss on Mesmer.
Yeah,
Go piss on Mesmer.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. But this main event right here, did you all expect Johnny Gargano to win it?
I did. I had the feeling he would because he had more heart into the match, and you can also tell he really didn't want to fight his friend, but he knew he had to, and he had more of a heart to get into it, and he had to prove himself, that he can't be pushed around and all that.
Right.
He had to defend his wife's honor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. David, now, how much was the fans invested in this story?
Probably, the storyline itself, Johnny versus the other one, come on.
Yeah.
Just showed off that they know what they're, that they were going at it, and then he won it, so that's it.
Yeah.
Well, when you're talking about the whole storyline, it was great. It just reminded me of 80s wrestling. Start the story, had a middle, finish it towards the end. It was just like a classic mini movie until the true one had to win.
Yeah, definitely did. Definitely did. Yes or no? I want to ask you this. We'll wrap this up here, and then I want to ask for a rating on this pay-per-view. This match here, did it remind you of a modern day Rockers feud? David?
Yeah. Yes.
Robyn?
Yes. Absolutely.
It reminded me of a Rockers modern day feud, but too bad there was no super kick through some glass.
Well, as Bobby the Brain Heenan said, no, he didn't get kicked through the glass. He was trying to escape.
Hey, it looked more like a little super kick party to me.
You all remember that, David? You remember that, Robyn? After that happened, Gorilla Monsoon, or it was Jason Ventura, said, "Oh my God, I can't believe what Shawn Michaels did." He's like, "What? Doing what? Doing what? He was trying to escape. You see, he jumped through the glass." Bobby,
that was priceless.
Yeah.
It definitely was. It definitely was. All right, I'm gonna start with David on a scale 1 to 5. NXT Takeover New Orleans.
I'll go for the number 4.
Okay, Robyn.
Too bad you can't go all the way up to 10. I would say 10, but I'm going to do a 5 because it was really a great, entertaining show. I mean, most of the takeovers are usually good anyway, but I'm going to have to make this the top one, so I'll give it a 5.
5. I'm going to have to give it a 5 for the fact that we had 2 swerves, which I didn't see. I didn't expect Aleister Black to capture the NXT Championship. I didn't expect Roderick Strong to turn and that what made this pay-per-view great. So there you have it, right there for NXT TakeOver New Orleans. And before we jump right into talk about WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, I want to mention about the Podcast City Network, ladies and gentlemen, that you're all watching here and listening to on the Everett Lee Show.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing this?
4 years. I've been podcasting for 4 years, man. 3 different shows.
Yeah.
And this one right here, this was it. Third time's the charm, to find your identity, your person, of who you are, and what you love doing. And this is it for me, man.
Cool.
This is it.
This is a year for me now. You know.
Awesome.
So I'm breaking it big, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Breaking it big, and Robyn's breaking it big. He's been
Hell yeah.
Right, Robyn.
Hey man, yeah, I've been doing it for a while, and I'm loving it. And I'm going to also branch off to another podcast. I'm going to still do Wrestle Popcast as well, but I'm going to be branching off and doing a podcast about the paranormal. Oh yeah,
I seen that. I seen that. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will check that out, and I'm looking forward to your first paranormal interview that you did live.
Do you mind if I take a piss break?
Say what?
I'm going to take a piss break. I'm going to take a piss break.
Yeah, take a piss break.
All right, have fun.
Because I'm going to play. I'm going to jump into real quick here. I'm going to jump into what to expect from the Podcast City Network. If you guys want to go ahead and take a quick break, I am going to jump in and I'll continue talking.
I'm going to go bark at the moon.
Okay. Podcast City Network Draft Day is coming April 20th at 6 p.m. from City Limits Tap Room. We're going to have 420 Food and Reggae Podcast City with special guest at 7 p.m. Craig Thomas Project at 9 p.m. with special 420 theme menu by Cracker Japs Menu and Mobile Kitchen. April 20th at 6 p.m. Guests will be the Super Radio Brothers of the Podcast City Network, so be sure to head over to City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida if you're in the area. And ladies and gentlemen, here is what to expect from the Podcast City Network right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and play that for you as soon as I find it right here. I got a lot of stuff on my computer here. Just a lot of things, a lot of stuff. I have things scattered. My monitor, I have a dual monitor. My 32-inch monitor basically went out. And thank God my wife told me, and I didn't listen to her, throw away those 2 extra monitors you have. You're not using them. Okay. Well, I hid them underneath my desk, and thank God I'm using them right now.
Whoa, that's good, man. It's cool to have an extra monitor.
Yeah, especially 2. A gateway and a 23-inch gateway and a 19-inch Dell.
Computers are good, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. I got it from my brother, and I got the Dell from my other brother. Both my brothers gave me them. One of them said, you need a plug for one, and I had a plug laying around, which was great.
You know something, that's good, man. Good for you.
It definitely is. Definitely is.
Like I said, I'm done barking at the moon, so.
All right. Well, I'm going to play this advertisement, and I will be right back.
Hey, fans. Here at Podcast City Network, we have a lot of great shows.
We have a wide variety of shows that cover the landscape in podcast, a podcast for anyone and everyone.
Such as The Chris Carnage Show,
The Everett Lee Show,
ELS Uncut,
Super Radio Brothers,
Imaginarium with Scott and Todd,
Forking Around with Cody,
The Grimlock Show,
and Films of Classic.
And you can catch these and a whole bunch more only on podcastcity.net or on all of our great social media outlets.
Head over to facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit that thumbs up. You can send a tweet to Podcast City Network on Twitter at Podcast City Net.
So make sure that you join us for all this only on Podcast City Network.
Oh man, look! Podcast City got merchandise.
That's right, fans. We now have Podcast City Network merchandise. So make sure you go online at podcastcity.net or on any of our social media outlets, on Twitter at PodcastCityNet or on Facebook at facebook.com/PodcastCityNetwork. And get ready for all the updates because now we have merch. Stay tuned.
Hey, how was the piss?
Oh, it was great. Had to let my dog out and everything.
It was really steamy, all right?
Let me guess. It was from you drinking. I know you like to drink a lot of Starbucks. Was it because of the Starbucks?
Yes, it was. It was a Starbucks going right through me. Sorry. Sue me.
What you guys?
I think I need to be sponsored by Starbucks because I'm an iced coffee drinker of Starbucks.
I'm a coffee drinker myself, man. I definitely am. I love coffee, man. I wake up.
You know what you should do, David? You should get Starbucks to be your sponsor in your podcast since you drink a lot of iced coffee.
You could. You could. You could reach out to them, David. You could.
Yes.
Yeah, you could.
Wrestling fan.
There you go, man.
Drink your drink.
There you go. You could cut a promo. You know, it's like every time I sit down right before I watch my favorite wrestling program, I crack open a Starbucks.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. Me and my friend Larry Legend, the ring announcer. I'm sure you heard of him.
Yeah.
We do Snapchat all the time with Starbucks. He's a big connoisseur of Starbucks too. He loves his Starbucks.
That is awesome.
It's like every day we Snapchat a video of Starbucks wherever we are. You know,
that's
cool. Walmart once in a while.
That is cool. I'll tell you one thing I like doing when I wake up at 6 a.m. and I throw on my coffee pot, and while I'm letting the coffee brew, I sit there and I look at the Podcast City Network, bringing you the latest in independent podcasting, featuring the Everett Lee Show, ELS Uncut, Films of Classic, Imaginarium with Todd and Scott, The Grimlock Show, The Chris Carnage Show, and Super Radio Brothers, and more at podcastcity.net. That's what I love. Brought to you by...
Speaking of your friend, where is he? Is he alive for that show yet, or what? Is he done?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He was supposed to call in, and he did not call in, man. He probably got caught up watching the show.
Text him.
I should. You guys need to hear Chris Carnage. Chris Carnage was a former independent wrestler here in Florida, and he basically started becoming the voice of CCE Presents for the DeLand Rock Metal Festival with the band from DeLand, Florida, Seven Kingdoms. They put on a rock show, and he was the voice and sponsor of that. And he did wrestling, so he worked in the business there for a while until he got injured, and then he got into doing that. And I met up with him a couple years ago, and he came on as a guest, and I kept inviting him back, and eventually it led into a great friendship for the last 2 years. And
that's awesome.
It is. He's a really great guy, man. And I'll tell you, he is so good. And me and him started up the Podcast City Network. We talked about starting something together where basically we would have like podcasts come together and create content, because Podcast City Network is a diverse group of independent podcasters. And basically, it's just like, it's just been great, like all these shows we've been promoting and everything.
That's awesome. That's really, you guys have come a long way, like us. We're coming a long way too.
We are. What I love about you guys, I wanted to say this. I'm going to use this wrestling term here. I'm shooting from the hip. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You guys, the reason why I like you and the reason why I have you on is because you're passionate and you love to do what you do. And I wouldn't have anybody else on that wasn't passionate about what they love to do and what they love to put out there for fans and content. And that's why I have you on. And I love and I want to thank you for you guys taking time out and coming on and hanging out with me and talking about.
I'd love to come on anytime you want. I'd love to come on anytime and shoot the shit. This is awesome. This is what we like to do too.
It is. We talk about
thank
love.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you as well. You're just like us too, and thank you for always having this on as well. I mean, you're passionate as well, we're here doing something we enjoy. We love wrestling. We don't have to prove nothing to nobody. We're not trying to be famous. We're just enjoying podcasting and talking wrestling and positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Everett? Me and him are going to do a podcast. We're going to set one up at the hotel. Me and him are going to go live on Facebook Live.
You guys should do it, man. You guys should do it. You definitely should, man. I'd love it. I'd love to see it. I definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, now I'm sure Everett, let's get right into it, right?
Yes.
WrestleMania.
Yes. WrestleMania, brother.
WrestleMania,
that's
baby.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get this chant going real quick.
Yes.
How'd you like that?
That was awesome.
Especially talking about a call. We got a call calling in right now.
Oh yeah, cool.
Hello, caller. You're live on the Everett Lee Show.
Hello, this is the number one podcast fan, Doug.
Doug. This is 2 times, man. What's up?
Yep.
Podcast City.
Nothing much. I've been listening to your guys' comments. I could not miss this opportunity.
Of course.
Deathmatch Russell. Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
Doug, you turn your volume down in the background. I can hear myself real quick, man.
I can hear us talking.
Yeah.
Yep. Hear ya.
Turn us down in the background. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. I mentioned WrestleMania, and Podcast City Network's number 1 fan called in, of course. Doug, what was your favorite match? I'm going to ask this. Let's throw this out here real quick while Doug's on the phone. What was your favorite match of the night?
The favorite match I would say was let's see, the AJ Styles versus I can't even the one guy that was going up against AJ Styles was great.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura, who don't speak English.
And he likes to hit guys in nuts.
Gonna say they did a lot of stuff. And of course, there was a lot of matches on the card. I mean, heck, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how they turn Ronda Rousey now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. One thing we're definitely going to talk about with WrestleMania is basically the whole card, but I'm looking at my notes here. Okay. All right, now they loaded up. Doug, you're slowing down my computer, man. What the hell?
Nicholas must be looking at your notes.
Damn!
I'm going to throw that out there. Doug?
Yes.
Nakamura. You don't speak English. What do you think about that?
Gotta say, I mean, it went back both ways. Matter of fact, I didn't actually get to see the actual WrestleMania, but I did see parts of it when it was being broadcast in Spanish. So it's kind of a little difficulty trying to figure out exactly what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially that match right there. We will jump into talking about that, though, but I want to say, Doug, what else did you like about WrestleMania?
Nicholas.
Actually, it was great from the top cards all the way to the end. Of course, the fact of this is that that everybody knows now that Brock Lesnar has officially signed another contract to be with WWE. Mm-hmm. And if I remember right, the next pay-per-view they're having, he's going to be defending it against Roman Reigns in a steel cage match.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. Doug, I want to thank you again for calling in to the Everett Lee Show. Robyn, David, Podcast City Network's number one fan, Doug. Let's give him a hand.
Yeah, what is
Doug.
Is there anything you want to ask the Doug?
Yes, Doug.
If you really want to know exactly,
Doug,
I'll be.
David has a question for you, real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
What did you think of Nicholas?
Nicholas, gonna say, I thought it was. I mean, heck, they brought a kid in. He wanted to do something. I mean, heck, he was just. I mean, heck, if I was that age, heck, I'd be thrilled to be going in there. But I'm not too sure about with Braun because I mean, God only knows, Braun actually brought that match, and of course, as you may or may not know, on Monday night he had to give it up. So who knows? Maybe it'll be a gimmick where he goes and has anybody to be his partner in the ring.
Yeah. Well, he's going to bring. Nicholas is going to bring a whole lot of vitamins with him next time. Flintstone vitamins. So he's ready.
or as Hogan would say, eat your have your vitamins.
Yep.
Do your Yep.
No.
You mean prayers?
Yes.
Say your prayers.
Say your prayers.
Eat your vitamins.
That's right, brother.
Pythons like the Hulkster.
Hell yeah.
What you gonna do, brother?
Doug, thank you for calling in, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
And
have a good night.
Of course, I will be out at the podcast Central City at the tap room next Friday night. So come out there and see me.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, see Doug the Stud. Hopefully we get another woman's number like he did last month. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, sometimes you got to get burnt to learn from the experience.
Yes. Robyn, David, let me just say this real quick why I have Doug on here. Okay, we got the merchandise booth, or table out there, okay? We got the merchandise. This lady comes up and starts talking to Doug because we had Doug sit there and watch the table while we ran off and came back. This lady approached Doug like Doug was the head honcho, and she stood there and like did not take her eyes off Doug while she's talking. And I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, he's our fan. He's our fan. We run the network. Is there anything else you want to know? The whole time she kept talking and talking, and she looked at him and gave him his number and everything else. I kid you not, man. I kid you not.
Did you call? I
called. I did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as the old saying goes, strike one. Boom.
But
she apparently did not. Huh?
You know what you need to
She did not have it.
Doug, listen to David. He's going to give you some advice, man.
Okay.
Robin's giving you advice.
Robyn, go ahead.
Hey, man, this is what I say. You don't give up. You have another game plan, and, you got to have confidence in yourself. You got to be cocky and funny. Women like that, and you got to show them you're not, discouraged by it. So you need to call her back up and, to say, hey, I'm a cool, genuine guy to get to know. Let's do something. You need to take charge. You need to show her what's up. You can't take that strike one. No, don't give up. You pursue her, man.
Bring her over to play video game. Well, I'll tell you. Hey, it's not over.
Well,
next
Doug,
Friday.
Or you can take her.
It's not over. It's not over.
Dinner at White Castle.
Doug, thank you for calling in, man. Thank you for calling in.
Yep. No problem.
Have a good night,
listen.
man.
Remember, tune in to the Everett Lee Show, or we will drag you in there ourselves.
Yes. Thank you, Doug. Have a good night.
Take care now.
All right,
Take care. Bye.
Bye. All right. You got to love the guy, man. You do. You got to love the guy. He's a fan.
I don't know who Doug is, but I love Doug, man. Good for Doug. I hope he pursues it, man. I hope he gets more girls.
More power to the Doug.
Doug.
That's right.
The Doug. I'm going to create a theme song for the Doug. While he was still on the phone, I believe Chris Carnage was trying to call in. Here he is again.
No!
Here we go. We're going to hear from the Carnage.
Yes.
Hello, caller. You're live on the Everett Lee Show.
Down here.
Hello, caller.
You're in a car. Weird.
Hey, fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than my co-host of the Everett Lee Show and the host of the Chris Carnage Show, Chris Carnage. Man.
That's right, fans. I tell you what. I'm down here in downtown Orlando at Amway Arena. I just watched the Orlando Magic beat the Washington Wizards 101-92. Epic matchup. Nobody expected the Magic to win, but I tell you what, it was an exciting game.
Hell yeah. What else? Chris, we got Robyn Nelson from Wrestle Popcast, and we got David C. Russell from the Deathmatch Russell Podcast on. Say what's up to my co-host, Chris Carnage, guys.
What's up, Carnage?
What's going on, fan?
Yo, what's going on, man? Deathmatch Russell killing it right now. Let's bleed.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What else has been going on?
Man.
I tell you what, I've already had a few brewskis. It's been a wild night down here in Orlando. I don't know if you guys watch any basketball, but I tell you what, there was bloodshed tonight. It was amazing.
How much bloodshed?
You need to do a shot of Fireball for me, brother.
Hot damn, gotta have to.
Fire.
That was Robyn right there. What else has been going on in Orlando, Chris? You want to give us a quick update?
Oh, all kinds of craziness. We're about to head downtown on the Church Street to go have ourselves a good time and celebrate the season finale win for the Orlando Magic. But I tell you what, people need to keep their ears peeled, their eyes open, because you know what? A new episode of the Chris Carnage Show is going to be coming here right soon. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be doing a whole WrestleMania recap, NFL draft preview. I tell you what, it's going to be an amazing time.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome. And what else should people expect from the Chris Carnage Show?
Oh, man, there's going to be so many great things. I have some very, very special guests lined up to make sure that you keep tuned, because they're going to be being announced here soon. To make sure that you keep your eyes glued to the Chris Carnage Facebook page at facebook.com/Chris Carnage Official. And, of course, on the Podcast City Network page at Podcast City. I tell you what, you can also, Podcast City Network, you can also catch it at podcastcity.net. I tell you what, I'm having too good of a time. I'm getting wild.
It sounds like it, man.
Something? Get wild, boy. Drink some Fireball for me. Do an Irish card bomb.
I'll take a double shot for you and then kill it with that Irish bomb. I tell you what.
Just kill it.
Hey, Carnage.
You ever seen Chris Carnage drink until you've seen Chris Carnage after a win.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Chris, Robyn and David, I have to ask you something. Go ahead, guys.
What?
Oh, okay. This has been a crazy night, man. I love it. Chris.
Hey, Carnage, you are the fucking man. That's all I have to say, brother.
Thank you, sir, but you know what? You're the fucking man. And you know what? This President STI next to me needs to calm his ass down. The Magic just won.
Hey, you know something? I'm going to have to, one of these times, I'm going to come down your neck of woods and fucking do some fireballs with you, brother.
That sounds amazing to me. Just name the time, name the place. Carnage is there.
And then we'll talk football, too, brother. I'm a big football fan, too.
Damn, I'm there even more.
Yes, he is. Chris Carnage covers sports.
We'll come on your way. That's it. We're all coming together.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chris?
So I'm going to go and mingle with the locals, talk about this Orlando win, and, of course, do the good old Carnage best by drinking as much as I can. So you boyos, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the Chris Carnage Show, as we'll be debuting a new episode here within the next week.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. And hit those strippers.
Will do.
Have a good night, man. Talk to you later.
Chase that kill. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have a good night, man.
Y'all have a good one. Chris Carnage, out.
Later. All right,
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Chris Carnage is a cool motherfucker. That's all I have to say.
Yes. That's why he's my co-host, man. That's why he is my co-host.
Yeah.
He is. He definitely is.
I need to get me a crazy co-host like that too, man. We could talk and drink at the same time.
Yes, yes, we definitely do. Guys, all I got to say is go on the facebook.com/TheEverettLee. Check out our 50th episode of the Everett Lee Show. We did a segment where we had fun with green screen, and we were about half drunk or all the way drunk. And you should see the stuff that we did with the green screen. You would love it.
All right.
You definitely got to check it out. Check it out. I'm serious, man. Check it out. Check it out. One thing that we all did check out this past weekend was WrestleMania. WrestleMania. Let's yes, brother. Yeah.
Always like that.
Yeah. Let's address the elephant in the room. David, you've been mentioning it all night. Nicholas. What?
Nicholas.
Yes. Let's address the elephant in the room right now. Let's just go right to it, man. Let's just go right to it. Okay. Braun Strowman. Okay. He challenged the bar for the Raw Tag Team Championship belts. Okay. Who the hell was his partner? When he basically said, "You want to know who my partner was?" He goes out in the crowd. He walks around there for almost 5. Yeah.
He points to everybody.
Yeah, he points to everybody. Then finally he pulls a 10-year-old kid out of the crowd named Nicholas. I gotta say, I laughed my ass off when he opened up the ropes and he was gonna have, when he was trying to get him in the ring, he looked down at Nicholas, he was like, "Get in!"
Hey, and I love the look on Cesaro's face. He's like, "What?"
Sheamus and Cesaro are so mad. I want to start with you, David. What did you think about this, man? With him picking a 10-year-old kid as his tag team partner?
I have no clue. Like, what the hell? Like why? Like this is like a moment of this is WrestleMania, right? You know, why are we seeing a little 10-year-old kid getting put into the ring, you know, and trying to win a belt, you know, for the tag team?
Yeah.
He's not even licensed. He's not even licensed as a wrestler. First off, you know, and just to bring him into the ring and humiliate himself. To, you know, how many views? I wonder how many views that got on YouTube.
Wow, I bet a bunch. Robyn, what do you think, man?
We should look at it. We should go online and see. I'm going to go on right now and look on YouTube.
Go ahead, David. Go ahead and look it up.
What?
While Robyn gives us his take on it too. What do you think about 10-year-old Nicholas being Braun Strowman's tag team partner?
Man, that was the biggest swerve on Mania. That surprised the heck out of me. And the cool thing about it is, I love it where Nicholas was sitting in the ring. He didn't even know what to suspect, and then when Strowman tagged him, he gets in and he looks like Cesaro, and then Cesaro's giving that weird look like he's gonna attack him, and then Nicholas is like, never mind, I'm gonna tag Braun back in.
I know, man. I cannot believe for the fact that kid looked scared to death. He did. You know?
He did, and he broke the record. He's the youngest person ever that held the title in WWE.
Well, that is, he did. He broke the record for that, being the youngest. He broke Randy Orton's record for being the youngest world champion. He definitely
and
did.
a lot of Make-A-Wish kids were pissed off because he wasn't a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
You know who he was? He was the son of one of the professional WWF referees.
Yes. When I found that out, I was like, oh, okay, that's why. I was like, okay.
I'm looking on this.
David has numbers. What do you got, David?
I've got a number. I'm just looking at this generic one right here. This whoever this fan is. 20. Actually, no. On WWE, actually, it shows here, or I could be wrong. 23 million.
No way.
Yeah.
23 million that checked out Nicholas?
No way. Are you
Google
pulling?
it.
Are you ribbing me, man? Are you ribbing me?
What's that?
Seriously? Are you ribbing me?
No, look.
He does?
No
way.
No. Check it out.
No way. 23 million?
23 million for Nicholas?
Holy crap. The crowd got behind him, man. Did they not? Did they not get behind this kid?
They did.
They did, didn't they? Wow. I am impressed, man.
Where's this picture? They got to put him up on our screen.
The last time I pulled a picture up on this, my program crashed, so I'm afraid to pull up any pictures.
Oh.
Well, actually, here, I got another way I can do it right here. I can switch over to my screenshot of my computer. Here we go. All right, okay. WrestleMania 34.
Nicholas.
There we go, Nicholas. There we go.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
Holy shit! So people were really blowing my mind. I guess Vince and Robbie, you said that was the son's referee. The son of the referee.
Yeah, Robyn. Robbie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the referee's children, correct?
Yeah, it is. It was one of the referee's children, and he wasn't a Make-A-Wish kid, so that was kind of different. Like I said, these Make-A-Wish kids are probably pissed right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I bet they were, man.
Nicholas got to get in the ring for 2 million views.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something? Nicholas could be my tag team partner anytime, man. Yeah. I'll take him on as tag team partner.
Yeah, he definitely did, man. I couldn't believe the response he got, because when Braun was reaching over at him, there was like, Nicholas. He got a response, man, which was freaking great. Now, I knew Braun, in some shape or form, was going to win the tag team titles, and he did. And the night after Raw, he had to relinquish them, like Doug said, because of scheduling conflict, because Nicholas is in the 4th grade.
There
Hey, you know something? I cried when he had to get rid of the titles, and then at first, I thought Braun was going to keep the belt, and every show he went to, he would pick somebody out of the audience to be his tag team partner. That would be cool too.
He could have. What?
We were at home. We should have got the call. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever caught this. David Robyn actually interviewed a wrestler down here in Florida named Johnny Knockout, JKO. He put a post up on...
I know who he is.
Yeah, he put a post up on Facebook. He said, you should have picked me as your tag team partner because I know how to kick your ass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but it was the other way around. He kicked Johnny's ass. He was talking about how he likes sweaty men.
Johnny, I love Johnny, man. Long story short, a upcoming wrestling promotion that tried to get off the ground, which basically crashed like its stage. Johnny was at that event, and he was such a class act, man. And I've been a fan of his ever since then.
Yeah, and he's also the Battle on the Border world champion over at Battle on the Border over in Indiana, and he defends that belt with pride. And in June, he's defended his title against Rob Conway.
That is awesome. That is.
Big shout out to Johnny.
Yes, Johnny, JKO. And I just want to mention, JKO's podcast is the most downloaded and most listened to podcast on iTunes for The Everett Lee Show.
I wonder if Nicholas has a podcast.
He should get one, man. He should get one.
I'm going to find a way to reach out to Nicholas and have him on my show.
Dude, we should. He's a fan favorite. That's a WrestleMania moment right there, man. He's a fan favorite, man. He definitely is.
I'll be like this, Nicholas, what were you thinking about getting in the ring with Braun Strowman? Did you think you were going to be a champ for a long time? Nicholas, tell us about your 5 minutes of fame in a WWE ring.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you have to make sure you have him on early because you don't want to make him miss his bedtime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
WrestleMania. Me and Robyn joked about this. We're like, I wonder how long WrestleMania is going to be this year. Pre-show was at 5, and it didn't end till midnight, just like last year.
Oh, I know. I know,
like
and I had to take a day off from work the next day so I can watch it.
You bastard!
Oh,
you bastard!
You
took a day off. I went to work.
I had to work too, David. You guys familiar with The Walking Dead?
Yes.
That's how I was when I went to work that morning. At 8:30 in the morning when I rolled into work, it was like, how you doing today, Everett? It was like, it's like, oh, he must have watched WrestleMania last night. That's basically how I felt. That's how I felt. It did. With the 14 matches listed on the card, what's funny is right here, the first 3 are pre-show. If you count 4 through 14 is the actual WrestleMania show. Briefly, we're going to say Andre Battle Memorial. Who was your pick? Who was your guys' pick for that? Let's start with David.
That's a hard one. There were so many good ones. I had a hard time. I couldn't really pick somebody, man. It could have happened either or.
Rob was telling me they sucked. A lot of the shows sucked. We talked about it on one night.
Oh, you're so funny.
I know.
Oh man, you guys.
But no, but you know what? Okay, so you liked it. So you liked
I'll tell you something. I didn't like the ending of the women's battle royal. How it ended. Who won it? That was a crock of crap.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. And
what? And Naomi shouldn't have had it. She was on the floor the whole time, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what? How did she? No.
What the hell's that trophy? What the hell is that? My nephew mentioned, he's like, yeah, that's supposed to be a woman's ovary. I was like, really? Really?
Oh!
I was like, he was just joking with me, but I was like, really? I was like, why don't you just for the men's trophy? Why don't you put a big, up there? You know what I mean?
Right, dude. That was a cheap trophy. It looked like it was made out of cheap plastic. Where you buy it at Toys R Us.
Yeah, that actually to me, guys. I for a minute there, I thought it was the leg from the Christmas Story. The leg lamp.
The leg. The old leg.
Yes. I thought it was.
I thought it was? I thought it was
Brad
a spittoon.
Brad Healy. Trophy Brad Healy.
Oh my god. I was like, what the hell is this damn thing? I was like, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy looked more like Andre. What the hell is this damn thing that they got?
Yeah.
What the hell is this trophy?
It looks like they got one of those plastic pills. They smash it in half. You steal from a kid from an Easter egg hunt and make it into a trophy.
Oh my god! Like,
pottery class. It's like for a pottery class. They like mold.
Dude, they got that trophy from Hobby Lobby. They went in there and cheaply made it. They got that stuff from Hobby Lobby.
I know. It's like they strung like two red ribbons up on it. They're like, bam, It's like, who was the creative jackass that came up with that, man? I bet Vince sitting there and he's like, oh yeah.
You know something? Whoever came up with that must hate Vince McMahon a lot.
I know. I know. Let's make it look like almost like a vagina. What's that sitting in the Vince?
Texas culture is all you need. Come on.
Oh, and also remember, everybody, go to Hobby Lobby. That's where you get your stuff to make trophies like that. Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. Vince McMahon told us to go.
Oh my god. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I like looking at this thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like, whatever. Okay, yeah. All right, congratulations. Naomi won that one. Okay. Now, the cruiserweight, Cedric Alexander defeated Mustafa Ali. Who would have thought?
Cedric was the first black man to hold that title.
Yeah. That I am glad that a talent like Cedric Alexander got that title, because basically, we know the situation why and how that led up to that. But, what do you guys think?
Cedric's the man. Mm-hmm. He deserved that, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And where was Gentleman Gallagher when you needed him? Chuck Gallagher.
I know. David, what do you think about Alexander winning that, man?
I don't know. Yeah, I could have seen Ali, but
yeah,
it was. Say, all I can say, I really don't.
He just deserved it. He earned it. He deserved it. He's gonna hold that belt, that cruiserweight, for a while and defend it. Good for Cedric. He deserved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was glad to see him win it. I mean, I expected Mustafa to win it, but Cedric, that's pretty awesome. And I don't keep up too much with 205 Live, but I may have to go back and kind of watch it a little bit.
Me either.
Just because y'all know that Vince basically gave creative control over to Triple H. So if Triple H...
actually, that's a smart thing to do it, because he does so much of a good job over at NXT. He's doing a good job with 205. Good for that. Mm-hmm. That Triple H should be creative control of that, like how he has with NXT, man. That's why it makes it so good.
Yeah.
There's another. Just think about it. There's a new podcast being promoted. Bruce Pritchard. Did you see that?
Yeah, man. I can't believe that. You know how Bruce Pritchard gets, man. You definitely know how he can get. Have you listened to his podcast?
And he goes like this. Yes. He's like, I love you. Is it true you don't have self-control?
I love you. And since you brought up Bruce Pritchard, one thing is a lot of people do not know about that Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love, was actually the first manager of The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he was, and his face was red. I love white you.
I know. My older brother, he used to walk around the house.
What? I got to see him at WrestleMania 5 when he was in the ring with Robert Downey Jr. and Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
that was fucking funny.
That was.
Hey, remember where the Ultimate Warrior tied him up and dragged him by a rope and pulled his pants down? He had those heart-shaped boxers.
Oh yeah.
I remember that, man. That's great. That is great. I love it.
And then he used to go up to Hulk Hogan and be like, "Is it true, Brother Hogan? You don't got self-control?"
Bruce Pritchard's such good talent, is he not?
Yeah. Oh, he's great, man. I would love to interview that guy. That guy would be a hoot.
Yeah. What about you, David? Would you love to interview Bruce Pritchard? Let me ask you.
I love to interview the preacher man.
Me?
Love. Hey, we have a soundbite for that? I love you. I want to hear that now.
I could probably find one. I could probably pull it up real quick.
Yeah, pull it up. We want to hear it. I love you.
Here we go. I think I found it. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Here you go. Did you guys hear that?
Shout out to Bruce Pritchard tonight, folks.
Bruce
Check
Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard. Let me throw the camera on me. Bruce Pritchard. We love you.
That was a good one. That was good.
Oh man.
Everett.
Yes.
I think you need to reach out to him.
Yeah, I should. Actually, you know what? Since we're live, I should ask him if. Let me jump on Twitter here. I am going to jump on Twitter.
Okay.
And I'm going to sign in right now, and I'm going to send him a tweet live right here on Podcast City Network and see if he responds. What do you want me to say to him?
Dude, ask him to come on your I don't know how you would get to...
Let's see, Bruce...
Go ahead, Robbie.
All right, guys. Come on, man. Help me out.
Help him.
Help me out.
We're podcasters. Shit, come on.
There he is.
Love you on our show. Want you on the show. You're the hottest show on the market right now. You are. Just think about it.
All right. I'm going to follow him, and then now we're going to tweet to him. Okay. All right. Here we go. I got the thing up. Here, all right. I'm going to pull the screenshot up. Okay. All right, guys. You guys are going to help me write this tweet. Okay. Let me pull the screenshot up here. Okay. Here we are. All right. What do you say to Bruce Pritchard?
This would be great. Can you imagine him coming on? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you say to Bruce Pritchard? Robyn?
Tell him, Robbie.
Yeah, come on. Help me.
Robyn.
I'm waiting, man. Let's see what he says, man.
What do you want me to tweet to him?
We're trying to figure out what you want to tell him to get him on the show.
Okay.
You want me to tweet him? All right.
I got the tweet up right now. All I got to do is just type. Here, let me say. It says, Wait. You are
love
the
your podcast.
I love your podcast.
Hey, I'm watching you do that on the screen. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I said, I love. He's probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about right here? Who the hell is this? Oh man, it must be another Mark.
Hey, do it. Put I love you and then hashtag. Do you have self-control?
No. Oh no. He'd kill me, man. He'd probably block me. He'd be like, who the hell is this stalker? You're the man.
Go on Facebook. Hit him up on Messenger.
I love your hashtag podcast.
Just up on all his platforms.
Podcast. Would you come on?
Love.
Would all right? Yes. Would you love hashtag love to come on my podcast and discuss. Oh my god, I can't type.
This would be awesome if you
discuss some
just
wrestling. You seen this, aren't you, David? I spelled discuss wrong. Let me fix that. There we go. Discuss some wrestling with some marks.
Oh God.
Question. Here we go. Hashtag marks.
Deathmatch Russell. Deathmatch Robbie.
Here we go. Hashtag death match. What?
No.
Oh.
No. I can see it now. Whoa, Deathmatch Wrestling.
That's funny.
What is this deathmatch wrestle? Deathmatch wrestling you all talk about?
If he comes on, I will paint my face red.
Who's this Everett Lee?
Who is this Mark tweeting to me? Oh, guys, I love you guys.
All right, you ready to hit it? Come on, we got to skip some goes.
Okay.
I want you.
All right, I'm gonna send it to him. Do you see it? Do you see it, David? Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robyn sees it.
Do you see it, Robyn? All right, I'll read it out. This is "You are the man. I love your hashtag podcast. Would you hashtag love to come on my podcast and discuss some wrestling with some marks? Three question marks. Hashtag marks. Darren,
podcast.
You want to send that? I'll tweet it. Final. Here we go. All right. 5.
No.
4. 3. 2. 1. Tweeting.
God.
Tweeted.
Tweet.
Oh, yes, I tweeted to him.
Oh my God.
Did it go? Did you tweet it? Did it say it was tweeted?
Yeah, it was tweeted.
Ding.
That would be
cool.
cool.
Go on his messenger. Now we go Facebook Messenger and get him.
He'll probably block me, man. He'll be like, who the hell is this Mark? He's like, who the hell are you?
Well, then you can say, I'm Podcast.
Hey, if you didn't do that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to do this one night again.
We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to.
Hashtag.
We're gonna have to do this on a Friday night or something, man. We definitely will.
All right, let's do Friday nights with you. We'd like to be on again. How about that? We'll set something up for you.
Okay, I'd love to do that on a Friday night. We would have to. Instead of with it being the Everett Lee show, we'll have to go like full balls out, no filter, uncensored, ELS uncut.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? You down for it, David?
Yes.
Robyn?
Yes, sir, my brother.
Hell yeah.
And remember this, you guys. I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll mark some random people, or we'll pick like a wrestler or somebody, talent. We'll find them.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely will.
You should mark out, dude. We should mark out at Zack Ryder. He's always marking on action figures and pops and stuff. Hey, you want to come on the podcast and talk to some marks?
Yeah.
Right now. Now you got us.
Oh my God.
And by the way, your wife is hot, Chelsea Green.
Dude, you know what I got to say about that, man? I cannot believe that him and Emma broke up. He had Emma. Oh my God. Guys, I'm sorry.
Dude, Emma's hot.
Hot. Hell yeah. David, Robyn, did you not see her? Do you follow her on Instagram? I follow her on Instagram. I follow a lot of people on Instagram.
Yeah, I do, and I'm going to see her
we got to follow
wrestle.
That's the place to go.
She is
I follow her on
smoking,
Instagram.
man. Ryder, did you not do enough of woo woo woo? Was that not enough? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Dude, it's more than that.
Dang.
She can come over, and I'll give her some Land of Down Under.
I can't believe
Because you love her.
Do you know something? She's a piece of road state, and I'm going to get me some land.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't believe Zack Ryder. Come on, man! Come on! Emma was hot.
He's a big mark and a geek too, man. And he's got another hot chick, but leaving Emma like that, I would have beat the crap out of him.
Jeez, I know. I'm sitting there. I'm like,
and
really?
by the way, Emma goes by the name of.
You're waiting for that tweet, aren't you?
Dashwood.
He's waiting for that tweet. He's waiting for the tweet. Hold on.
I'm waiting for that tweet.
Jesus.
Yep, buddy.
And the one thing, remember when Emma used to walk in the ring? She would have her little pouty lips and those like dark aviator glasses. Man, those lips were ready to go down on something, you know.
What watches Jesus for?
Oh my God,
Jesus.
we have went way off topic tonight, man.
Everett, you know she goes by Tennille Dashwood now in the Indies.
Yes, yeah. She goes by her real name there. I was like, when I first heard her real name, I was like, really?
I'm seeing her twice in the ring. This Sunday at Ring of Honor, and then next Saturday at Remix Pro Wrestling.
Man, you want to talk about that show?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Ring of Honor show you're going to.
Yes.
What show you want me to talk about?
Which one,
Both
David?
Shows. Both shows.
Both shows. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, this Sunday I'm going to a TV taping of Ring of Honor, and everybody's going to be there. It's in Columbus. It's going to be my second show, and I got front row pit like I usually do, and I'm going to be praying to God that I can kiss Cody Rhodes' royal ring again like I did last time. But this time we'll be on live TV.
Dude, let me say this. At Fort Lauderdale back in November when we went to Ring of Honor, Cody Rhodes, one of the guys that we were standing in a line with, while we were waiting to get into the arena, Cody approached him to kiss the ring, and he didn't kiss the ring, and he turned his finger upwards and gave him the bird. It was great. It was great. And then guys, you know the guy that you see that shows up at the wrestling events dressed up like Hulk Hogan all the time? He was there.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he was there.
Around.
He was there. Cody and I think it was Cody and one of the guys from the Kingdom got into it with him.
Let's get him.
What's that, David? Get him on the podcast?
Let's get that guy on the podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome if we could get him on and stuff. If I or you, we get a hold of him, one of us got to contact each other so we can get him on, man.
Yeah, we will.
Yes, because
you know something.
You know who I would love to have Jason Sensation on?
Jason Sensation, hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be fun. Doing voices and shit with that guy.
You know who we should have on? We should all reach out for it and get her to come on Everett's show. We should reach out to Tessa Blanchard.
She would come out. She probably would.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, she definitely would, because basically she's in the Indies, man. She definitely is, because she's not with WWE. We can try to get her on, man. Yeah. What do you say? We should send a tweet out and try to get her on.
Do it.
Yes, we'll send it to Tessa Blanchard.
You want to try it?
Go ahead, try it, man.
You know how I feel right now? It's like I bet you can't do that. Ooh. It's like, yes, I will. You know what I mean? I love it. You guys are the best, man.
You know something? We're not even on Mania.
Well, no, I know we went way out there. We're like, woo, we're way out there. You know how I feel right now?
But you know and I know that you're only half the man that I am. And I have half the brain that you do.
Yeah. That's what happens when your soundboard messes and skips up.
Wow, this is great. I'm loving this.
All aboard the Midtown Express to hell.
Hey, I'm gonna laugh if Brother Lev reaches out, man. That'd be so hilarious.
I hope
Robyn, you know how he's gonna reach out to Everett Lee? He's gonna block me. He's gonna reach out. That's how he's gonna reach out to Everett Lee. He's gonna block me on Twitter. He's gonna be like, I don't know you, block.
We should get Eric Bischoff. He does that live podcast.
Yeah,
he tries to do.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Hey, do you think Pritchard rates his tweets, or do you think his agent does?
I don't know. Actually, I think his agent does. I'm just assuming. Excuse me. Jimmy Hart, the great Hall of Famer Jimmy Hart.
Yes. Yeah.
He has a tiki bar here in Daytona Beach, and once in a while Jimmy Hart is so cool. I happen to go down there and just hang out and watch pay-per-view sometimes and watch Monday Night Raw or SmackDown there. And I get to talk with Jimmy a little bit and stuff. And it's awesome. It is. It definitely is.
Let's get him on.
I talked to him, and he's not really into the podcast thing. He's not really into it. But one thing is that Jimmy, I tell him I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast, and he asked me about
I love
that.
his podcast.
Oh God, Jim Cornette. You ever listen to it, David?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't take the guy seriously because you know why? What's funny is I know how Jim Cornette pissed off a lot of people that were fans of Kenny Omega. I don't take Jim seriously because I grew up watching Jim Cornette and I've accepted that's just how Jim Cornette is. How do you guys feel about him?
I like him. I love him. He's a dick. He's a professional. He's funny, and he reads comic books.
Look, Rob's just saying, yeah, he's a dick. That's the truth.
Oh my goodness.
He likes to go to comic conventions a lot. I always see him every year at Lexington Comic Con.
Yeah. Yeah. He
always comes around.
Yeah. Yeah. He hardly comes out of the house, as he says it, and only on appearances and everything,
When you see pictures of him when he was like way young when he first started out, he looked like a modern day Pee Wee Herman.
He did, man. He did. He definitely did. He definitely did. Oh my goodness, he definitely did.
Hey, have you been to Hulk Hogan's beach shop?
I haven't. I've been mostly over to Jimmy's and stuff, and I wanna head out there because he has one in Tampa, and he just opened up one in Orlando, and I'd love to go out there.
You ever go to that promotion, ACW?
No. Wait.
No, down on Bourbon Street or whatever it is. Yeah.
No.
Went to that.
No, I haven't. I know. You said ACW. I know here in in Florida here we have in Cocoa we have AWE, Atomic Wrestling Entertainment, and a lot of people like Emma Tyndall Dashwood and Adam Rose and Brodus Clay. They wrestle for that promotion for Alex Red. He's the promoter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty awesome, man. It definitely is. It definitely is. This has been one. I just want to throw this out here. This has been one good WrestleMania 34 review. What do you think?
Can I say something? I'm ready to say. Me and Robyn had this guy on our podcast, and we cracked up for WrestleMania. Robyn, are you ready to say what I think it is?
What,
Robyn? When we had one guest on our show, and
Brad Cash.
No, we had a little person make an appearance on our show. And then WrestleMania popped. Bad Bex.
What was it?
Nice.
He was like the something sensation. And we were talking about, wouldn't it be cool to have midget deathmatch wrestling?
Oh man, this sounds awesome.
But
it's Bad Bex, the immigration sensation.
No way, that's his name? Is that his name?
Yeah, Bad Bex, the immigration sensation.
Oh man, no way,
dude! Hey, this guy's cool.
You need to look him up. He's like 4'9", and he wrestles
on Half-Pipe
all sizes.
No way.
He was on that TV series Half-Pipe. He was on the MTV, the Spike TV series Half-Pipe Brawlers, and he's the one that stole a donkey.
No
stole
way.
a donkey and put it in the hotel room.
What's his name?
It's Mad Mex. It's MADMEXX. The immigration sensation.
I seen that, man. I seen that. I was looking through your guys' podcast. I looked and I was like, wait a minute. Robyn had him on. And I looked and I was
then
like,
I had
wait
him.
a second. I was like, no way. These guys both had this guy on. I didn't listen to it. I got to listen to that now. Definitely I have to listen to that, man. Holy
You do.
crap.
And it's weird. I was like, why did you go by yourself, the immigration sensation?
No way. Oh, man. I definitely have to listen. I definitely have to listen to that.
I talked about that TV series, though. It was really cool. I did a lot of deep talk about that show. It was really cool.
Damn.
Oh, and he said he was crazy. He wanted to do a match where you had rattlesnakes in the wrestling ring while he was wrestling a guy, and whoever gets bit loses. And I was like, what?
Oh, my goodness.
But as I was saying for WrestleMania, right, Robin? What do we have ringside? What do we have?
Oh, my goodness.
We had the waffles. We had the waffles running around ringside. Midgets.
Oh, you mean the midgets?
The waffles.
Hey, you know something, Everett? We should do a show where we talk about midget wrestling and find ways to see some deathmatch midget wrestling.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Midgets on here, actually, more
would
midgets.
Be cool.
That would be.
We get Hornswoggle
midget wrestlers.
on. You know, we get Hornswoggle on. Or something like that. That'd be cool to get him on there. Get him on.
I could probably arrange to get. I could arrange to
and
get.
then make him sing that song.
Dude, I'd love to talk to Hornswoggle.
The Lollipop Kids.
Wow, dude, that is awesome. I love it.
Seriously, Everett, look up Mad Max: The Immigration Sensation.
Wow.
Okay,
Crazy.
I can't believe you guys had him on, man. I'm gonna have to listen to both of you guys' podcasts with him on, man. Now,
oh my God!
Now, let me ask you both of this. Now, did you guys like contact each other and be like, dude, I had him on my podcast. Well, dude, you got him coming on? Oh, no way. Did any of that happen?
Yes.
Well, actually,
no way.
Actually, I had him on first. He actually reached out to me. He goes, "Hey, man, I like your podcast, and I was listening to it. Have you ever had a midget pro wrestler on your show before?" And I was like, "Midget pro wrestler?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm a midget pro wrestler." He goes, "I would love to come on." So I had him on, and then David had him on after me. Yeah, he reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him. He reached out to me.
No way.
Then I had
Yeah.
It was awesome, though. It was really great. It's funny. It was really.
But I have helped David with some guests. I know a lot of indie wrestlers, and I'm friends with a lot of them. But I gave a few, indie wrestlers that trust me that would go onto David's podcast. They would do it if I told them to. If they didn't know me that well, or if I didn't think they would be good on that podcast, I wouldn't spread it to them.
Right.
But
Robin, tell them about the horrible podcast.
Oh yeah. Okay. Tell me about it.
The horrible guest.
Who was that guest again? He was annoying me. It was
It was an old timer.
What was his name, David?
I forgot. You deleted it, but anyway, tell him how he was just so boring.
Oh yeah, he was so boring. I fell asleep and I snored a little bit, and he's like, "Did you just snore?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." So he kept on talking, and then I went like this. "Oh yeah, by the way, thank you for coming on, and you have." Buddy, oh yeah, it was the giant guy. He weighed 7'4".
Yes.
yeah. What was his? Oh, it was.
God.
He was a 7. Oh, it was Bresler. No, not Bresler. Besner. Hold on, I can tell you right now. Hold on.
You actually fell asleep. Oh.
Yeah.
No way. Are you not ripping me?
Buck Bresner. Buck Bresner. He's like 7'1", and he's been in the business for over 25 years.
Uh-huh.
And every time I try to ask him a question, he didn't understand it.
You
and he was,
get him on.
And he was like talking like, like Andre the Giant could talk better than he can.
God.
And I had him on, and I was asking him these like questions and stuff. He couldn't answer it right, and he's like, "What? Huh?" I was like, "Will you just answer the damn?" I wanted to say, "Will you answer the damn question?" And I'm gonna tell you something. That was the most horrible podcast I've ever had.
Oh my God!
Have you ever had one like that? Have you ever had one, Everett?
I actually, I have to say, I actually had a guy back when I first started out. I was looking at stuff when The Walking Dead was really hot around season 3. I went on like, looking at stuff on YouTube for like Walking Dead. I found this guy who did like a fan like video he put up on his channel, being at like one of the comic convention, the San Diego Comic-Con. And they had like a Walking Dead thing. So I messaged him. I'm like, dude, I'd love to have you come on and talk about The Walking Dead and being at the San Diego Comic Convention. He was like, yeah, man, I'll come on. So he comes on. The guy comes on. Okay. And right before we hit record, I'm like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through this. And I told him the whole run through what I do on the show. He was like, okay. He's like, all right. So as soon as tape started rolling, go through the intro and everything, and I introduced him, he starts cutting promos. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? He was like, yeah, hello everyone, I'm so-and-so, and I'm on his, what the hell was his name? Ron. He was like, yeah, I'm on because my podcast was called Everett's Hangout back then. He said, yeah, I'm here on Everett's, you're listening to Rob DeLeon from on Everett's Hangout Podcast. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's jump into this interview. And then I started asking questions. And he goes, okay, Everett, let me ask you something. I was like, okay. He goes, what do you like? What are you into besides comics? I was like, well, I like watching horror. I like watching drama, action, and all that stuff. He goes, oh, all that. Oh, I love that show back in the day. I was like, yeah. I used to watch that with my nephew. He's like, oh, so you love all that? I'm like, no.
No. Hey, at least you can go up to you and go like this. Amanda, please.
Oh my goodness! So towards the end of the podcast, it was recorded. I'd record it beforehand and then release it later.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the podcast, she's like, "That's right," and you're listening to Rod DeLeon from Everett's Hangout Podcast. I said, "Keep going, man," and I said, "Do another take." So I was for just entertainment, I kept having them do takes after takes at the end of it. And I said, don't worry, man. I said, I am a whiz. I am at audio editing. He goes, oh, okay. And he kept going through about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes. And then what I did was when I went through the whole podcast, when I edited it at the beginning, when I introduced him, when he said, hello, everyone, and it cut right into, so, how long you been a Walking Dead fan? I was like, you're not hijacking my recorded podcast, man. I'm going to cut you down.
Yeah,
that's what I went through.
Buck Besner.
God. Oh, that's what I went through, man. I'll tell you one thing. It's just crazy just going through stuff like that. And like this podcast here, I am not going to edit and uncut it. I'm going to keep it just like it is when I release the audio version coming up on this Saturday. What you hear right now is what you get.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You know you like it. Come on.
I love it, man.
love it.
Loved it. I loved every moment of this, man.
And that's why it's coming Friday nights.
You went from NXT. We talked about Nicholas, a little bit about Mania. Then we were texting Brother Love. And then we were talking about Jimmy Hart. Talking about our worst interviews.
I have not had this much fun in a long time,
I
man.
deleted the podcast myself. I had somebody on it. I said, whoops, I deleted it. When I first started out.
Oh, man. I've had so much fun, guys.
I must have like a couple of hours myself, you know.
I know. I love this, man. This would be great. Just imagine if we do this on a Friday night, man. Oh my God, man, we'd have so much fun.
Set it up. Set it up.
We'd have so much fun.
You're gonna be the host. You're the host.
Yeah, I'll be the host.
I'm waiting for Pritchard to hit you back. If he hits you back, I'm gonna be busting up laughing.
Well, I'm looking at notifications right now. Okay, let me type in just to make sure he didn't block me.
I'm going to block you, but okay. If I'm Pritchard.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I can still see his tweets, so I'm not blocked. That's good. Maybe he's asleep or something. What? I mean, maybe he's recorded a podcast. He's sitting there talking, you know. He's like, today on this podcast. What the hell? I'll reply to that later. Today on this podcast.
Goes and reads he does his podcast early, and then at 7 o'clock he watches Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, and then after that he goes to bed.
He probably gets his final Jeopardy. He's like, phrase is the answer. It's like, all the vowels are taken. I-O-U. So it's like, I love you.
Oh, Pritchard, please hit us.
Oh, we love you, Pritchard. We're not hitting on you. We're not tearing you down. We love you, Bruce. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, Bruce. Brother love.
We do, man.
Hey, Robyn.
That guy needs to
go
be in
ahead,
the Hall of Fame.
Hit him up. Hit him up, Robyn, on Messenger.
Yeah, hit him up.
I will. I'll hit him up tomorrow. I'll be like, Mr. Brother Love, this is Brother Robyn. I love you, and I would love for you to come on to a podcast with three guys.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. That definitely.
Now we gotta have that Hulk man. Gotta find that guy. We gotta find him. I don't forget what that guy's name is.
I follow him on Twitter, man. I actually, I forget his name, but I can actually probably pull him up. And if I do, I come across him. If I get him to come on, man, dude, I will contact you guys. I'll be like, dude, I got a hold of the Hulkster. This is the closest thing we're going to get to Hulkamania, brother. It'd be...
What you going to do, brother? When my 24-inch pythons were wild on you.
Yeah, brother.
Man, this has been some WrestleMania 34 review, man.
Oh, it was a great review, and that was stupid about Brock Lesnar winning against Roman Reigns. I hate both guys, but
Brock Lesnar.
We got to get
Brock.
Dude, Brock. I'll tell you the best match of Mania, though, since we're going to get back in Mania a little bit, is Ronda Rousey. Oh my gosh, she looked good, and I loved how Triple H and Stephanie pulled her over in that whole match, made her look good, man. Screw all the haters out there. Ronda did good. She came out in that Piper kilt, the jacket. Oh my gosh, she was hot.
She was. What do you think about that, David?
Me and him talked. Yes, very, very. Ronda blew us all away. But then me and Robyn got off the phone. We were talking after about pet peeves of wrestling, right? And how they always adjust their tights and their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronda kept on adjusting her gear.
Well, basically, she's not used to being in a ring that long because she's used to getting in there, whipping some ass, and leaving. You know, she's used to that, so she don't really have time to adjust her gear. You know.
She needs to wear something tighter then, so it doesn't get loose like that.
Let me just say this, guys. My wife said to me, she says, Rhonda has no ass. She don't.
Oh, speaking of asses, I'll tell you who has an ass in WWE, and that was mad. She lost her title, and she looks good in those little tight little booty shorts, and that's a 5 feet of fury, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, Alexa. What do you think about that? Alexa, does Alexa have a booty? A little booty? David?
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 Right here, sorry. Yes, David. David. Adam.
We're asking you about Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Oh my God, one of my favorite movies.
And I got another thing to talk about too, and this was like on SmackDown last night. What'd you think about Carmella cashing that in, man? Oh my God.
Dude, I was shocked about that. She pulled a Dolph Ziggler. What do you guys think about that, David? She pulled a Dolph Ziggler, Carmella cashing in on Charlotte Flair.
I didn't even watch it, so I'm, I don't know.
Oh, I did. I thought it was great. And the referee, who's a known referee that's been in the business for 20 years, he didn't even know what to do with the Money in the Bank case. He's like, what do you want me to do? And she's like, let's get this going. He's like, should I give it to another ref?
I know. It was crazy. It definitely was.
And she looked good. She was wearing the most tightest little outfit, too, man. I mean, she has a butterface, but she has a nice body, and she's a champ.
David's laughing. I can hear him. He's chuckling.
Well, no, you're like, David, your fucking imaginary sword.
Okay. Let's throw this on the table since Robyn pulled it up. On the Raw and SmackDown, who has the best booty? David?
Okay. Go ahead, Dave.
Start it off.
Who has the best
Fire it
booty?
off. Female wrestler with the
female
best
it
booty.
is? There's too many out there. You tell me. I don't know. I don't think.
Okay, between me on Raw, it's a toss-up between Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, who has the nice asses over on Raw.
I am going to have to go with Sasha. Okay, David says Sasha. Robyn says Alexa. I am going to have to go with Miss Bliss. I met her twice, and she looks good in person. She does. But, David, I'm going to have to say this. I met Sasha Banks.
What?
Or seen Sasha Banks in person, too. And both...
I met her and Becky.
They both look good in person. And Becky does, too. They all do. There's some
You
good
know what?
female
Even
talent.
I look good in person, too. Thank you.
You do. Let me ask you on this picture. The one that you sent me, are you on the left or on the right?
Who?
You probably know.
David.
Which one?
The one that you sent me on Messenger last night to use. The one
Which one am I?
Yeah, the one with throwing up the signs. Are you on...
You don't know which one I am?
You're on the left, right?
I'm on the right.
You're on the right. I figured that was... Okay. I love that picture you sent me, man. That's awesome. I love it. Who's your friend in the picture with you?
That's Nick fucking Gage. Fucking Nick Gage, the one and only.
No way.
Nick Gage. Yeah,
awesome.
Dude, he's so mad chill. He was actually at the Joey Janela's Spring Break too. Actually, Bloodsport. He was a part of that too.
That's cool. Love it. I love it. Awesome picture. I love it. That is awesome. That's awesome. You wanna know something?
Robin's just like chilling his picture.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I cropped that out there. I was
Dude, why do you use that picture? I should have sent you the picture of the pit bull Gary Wolf choking me. That would have been a better picture.
Yeah.
Well, I needed a picture, man. I needed a picture. My software and Skype don't mix.
I'll send you a cool picture. I'll send the picture of Gary Wolf choking me or Hacksaw.
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, I'll put it up, man. You know, it's like David, he was like, here, let me send you this. Use this picture. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm easy going, man. He's like, here, use this picture. I want this picture. Okay, you got it. You know? Yeah. So if you want me to send you a picture of you getting choked out, I'll do the same thing.
But you know what? If you notice my picture,
and that picture you posted me is an old picture. I have a goatee now and all that.
I know. I was sitting there, you know, I do that. I would go through it and I'm like, I pick pictures out. I know my guests and stuff that I interview and everything and stuff. They're probably like, why the hell did you pick that picture? It's like, because all the 100 million damn fucking pictures you have on your fucking Facebook account.
That Gary Wolf picture of him choking me.
It's like on Facebook, it's like all the million fucking pictures you have, you're with someone hugging or doing a sign with. The one picture I find with you is probably the first one you put up when you finally sign on to a Facebook account. It's like, okay, there you are. It's like all the other pictures. You know what I mean, guys?
It's like looking at Bruce Pritchard.
I got regular pictures when I'm not hugging or high-fiving somebody, too.
Oh, my God.
I got Bruce Pritchard pictures.
Oh, my Oh, my goodness. You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
I can't believe I stuck like the Bruce thing. That was funny. That's good, though.
That was good. That was good. It definitely was good. Okay, real quick, let's run down through these matches real quick.
Okay.
Before we close up on this podcast, because I gotta be at work in the morning. I know you guys probably do.
I gotta be up. I'm up at 5:30. I gotta be up at 5:30. So.
I gotta be up at 6. I get up at 6, hit the coffee machine, and go through everything. But I just want to say I've loved every moment tonight with you guys, man. You guys are the best. I'm serious. Y'all had fun,
and you the man too, Mr. Everett.
Thank you, thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Going as a Friday night special. We're gonna keep this.
Yes, we're gonna have to come back on Friday night. We definitely will. We're gonna have to put this up, man. We definitely will.
The Friday night hashtag special.
Yes, ELS Uncut. It'll be a Friday night special thing. I thought about doing that, man. You know, going live on Facebook on Friday nights and do it like a late night talk thing, you know, and just talking about anything and everything, you know.
Yeah, we could talk about the upcoming Walking Dead / Fear the Walking Dead crossover.
Yeah, we could talk about that. You know, just anything. You know, anything. Just make it a random talk.
We could talk about, or we could do a game while we're doing it late night. Tweet like certain wrestlers and celebrities on Twitter to see if they'll come onto the show.
Yes. Yeah, promote our show. Yeah, promote the Everett, and we'll tag it and promote our podcast. You know.
Yes. The way I look at it is it's like Friday night, late night. No one's safe on Twitter. We're gonna bum rush them. We're basically gonna come in and wake them up and be like, "Dude, come on our show. Come on our show."
On too.
That's who I've been trying to get.
Who?
James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth. Hell yeah, I'd love to have him on. real quick.
I would love to have Nicholas on. There has to be a way to find Nicholas. I would love to have Nicholas on. That'd be cool, interviewing that guy, Alvis.
I bet you anything. His dad has basically kept him off social media. So, because everyone wants to talk to his kid, he probably does. He's probably...
What's that referee's name? Let's look it up right now. Check it out.
It's something Cone. It's C-O-N.
It's John Cone. I bet he's blocked himself or deleted his Twitter account.
Probably. You know why he did that is? Because there's probably some 22-year-old women hitting on Nicholas.
I hate to say this, not to sound crude and rude.
I'm going to date with you. Meet me at the playground so I can push you around the merry-go-round.
Yeah, meet me at the McDonald's table.
Hey, meet me at McDonald's Land Playland and I'll buy you a caramel sundae.
I was gonna say, guys. Maybe Lester has gotten a hold of him. His dad's like, break that contact. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness! I'm going through right now looking.
Hey, you know something? Braun Strowman's probably mad he relinquished the belts. You know what he could have did? He could have hung out every Friday at an elementary school or junior high and goes, "Who wants to be my tag partner?"
Third one's Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, dude.
Oh, God, a Chuck E. Cheese.
Or pimp out Nicholas, where he's like pimping out Flintstone chewable vitamins and gummy flavors.
Yabba dabba doo.
We gotta put. All right, we gotta find a picture of Nicholas again and put that vitamin bottle in his pocket on the top of him, or in his hand.
Oh man, that would be something.
You know something? Vince McMahon needs to make some money. He should make some Nicholas T-shirts at the WWE shop. Buy a Nicholas shirt.
He could have. Check this out.
That's what we'll do next Friday night. We'll call the WWE shop.
Look at this.
Do you have Nicholas T-shirts?
You should. Seriously.
Or make a Nicholas and Braun Strowman tag team action figure pack.
I bet they could, man. I bet that they can make some merchandising over that, man.
Oh my God! Really? Look at.
Yeah, did you see that?
Nicholas is the action figure. Why not? They made a James Ellsworth action figure. Why can't they make a Nicholas one?
I know. I bet John Cone has basically took his Twitter account off of Twitter for the fact of the matter that everyone wants to interview his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's happened because I'm trying to pull it up and nothing.
Really? John Cone, man. I would ask Nicholas a question. When you take your dates out, which sandbox do you guys prefer to play in?
Braun, let's see. Nicholas's sandbox is the sandbox. Braun Strowman is the beach. That's his sandbox.
Oh God.
You imagine that? Imagine him going out to the beach and he goes, "Who wants these hands?" And all of a sudden, the dolphins and fish just swim off.
Or that stand-up comedian Nick Swartzen, where he talks about a kid named Nicholas. He'll be like this. He'll be like, "Oh, hi, Grandma. Nicholas, can you open that jar of peanut butter, Nicholas?" "Sure, Grandma, I can do that." Pop. "Oh, Nicholas, you're so strong. You could be a superhero and fight crime."
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I can't find him on
or the
Twitter.
other one where Nick Swartzen goes, wouldn't it be cool to have a British kid? You have an American kid's like, Dad, I crap in my pants, and he's like, what the fuck? But when you have a British kid, oh, Daddy, I poo-pooed in my breechies. Oh, that's cute, British kid.
Daddy, I pooped in my pants. I pooped in my pants. Can you wipe my ass? Can you wipe my ass for me?
Oh. No. No. Or hey, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if you become an old man and you have grandkids, and for their birthday present, you like shit in a box, wrap it up, and when the kid opens it up, he goes, "What's this?" And you're like, "Oh, I thought that was a train set."
I thought that was chocolate.
I had to throw that in there, man. I definitely did.
Oh, that was cool.
All right. Thank you. I got one here now, just to make sure that everyone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Do not go in there.
You know what? Hopefully I didn't make Jericho's list.
You know what's gonna happen? You just made the list!
Dude, we've been on Jericho's list for the past couple hours. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hopefully he don't send me email.
Mail, motherfucker!
Oh my gosh, was that Wesley Snipes?
You ever seen the movie Euro Trip?
Oh yes,
yeah.
I
remember?
love that movie. That movie's hilarious, man.
Remember dude's email notification?
Mail, motherfucker!
Yeah,
that's.
She goes. Oh my gosh, you thought she was a man? You're stupid.
You ever seen that, David?
No, I never did.
Oh man, if you ever check it out, you should.
Eurotrip's hilarious.
Because Eurotrip, it's did you ever like the movie Old School or not Old School? What was it? Road Trip.
Road Trip.
Yeah, Road Trip.
Okay.
It's
right,
from
Road Trip. I remember that.
Yeah, it's from the same guys, same company who did Road Trip with Tom Green. They did Euro Trip.
Right.
And it's hilarious. Well, the main character on his desktop, that's his email notification. He goes, dun dun, mail, motherfucker. And actually, at one point, I had that set on my phone, and it was funny. I was in the store one day, and I'm sitting there, and I forgot I set it up. The night before, I was sitting there going through my phone, and I set it up as my email notification. I'm sitting there in line in the store, and all of a sudden I heard exactly this right here.
Mail, motherfucker!
And everyone looked at me, and I looked, and I said, "Well, I must have got an email, and look like my little brother must have changed my notifications." And everyone just looked at me like I was weird.
Hey, you know something? That's funny. My ringtone on my phone is the Taz theme where it sounds like a heart monitor. It went off, and somebody said I was having a heart attack.
You got any wrestling ringtones on your phone, David?
No, nothing exciting. I just got whatever the hell my ringtone is. I don't even fucking pay attention. Whatever it plays, you know?
Hey, I got a good ringtone for David. David, you should get the Wesley Snipes one. It goes like this. I'm Wesley Snipes, motherfucker.
Oh, man. Real quick, let me just say this.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. WrestleMania 34. What was your guys' favorite match? David, what was your favorite match?
It's gonna have to be it's gonna be the Ronda Rousey.
Robyn, What was your favorite?
Ronda Rousey was pretty good, which I agree. But my favorite would be the AJ Styles Nakamura match, and I love how it had an ending to it, which was like a swerve. It's like, what?
The low blow.
That was
the low blow.
Yes, the low blow. Of course, the classic low blow, man. You know, get down and boom, right there.
Yep.
You know, and that was a shock. That was a shock. It definitely was. It definitely was a shock.
I know, it shocked me.
My favorite match, would have to be the Ronda and Kurt Angle against Triple H Stephanie. My nephew, my other co-host McShaft, pointed out, he said, dude, Triple H Stephanie McMahon's entrance, it was just like it was last year. I was like, but
really,
Stephanie had her own motorcycle.
True.
Yeah, but it was a 3-wheeler.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. It definitely was. But
my favorite entrance of WrestleMania. We're going to talk entrance.
But then she mocked Triple H in the corner, climbing the top rope. Play the game. You know?
Yes.
my favorite entrance was Alexa Bliss, where she came off of that pedestal and she had that little crown on her and stuff, and she was looking sassy.
That from certain angles, that did not look like Alexa. Did it not?
Hey, you know what was cool? The cool moment for WrestleMania had to be when the Undertaker came into the ring.
Yes,
that was pretty cool. That lighting was awesome.
Yes,
those effects they did.
Mm-hmm. That was
well. You know, they're going to do that one in Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. Supposedly, it's going to be an Undertaker Rusev casket match.
No way. No way.
Yep.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Bring it back.
Yep.
No.
Yep. It's going to be Undertaker Rusev casket match.
No way. That's that.
Yep.
Right now, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. How do you think they fly the dead man over? Does he fly first class or does he fly in coach and a coffin?
He flies in the coffin at FedEx Express.
Robbie picks him up at the airport.
and then after that, he has to go through U.S. Customs.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is that talking about that right there, I gotta throw out there. Back in the day, you know, like when the superstars would go over to like overseas, was it the support for troops thing they would do every year?
Yeah, support for troops. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when Umaga was alive? He would come over there and go over there with them, and I joked to my brother was. Asked me, he says, how did they get Umaga over there? I said, they put him in a cage and over in the cargo, and they feed him meat for 12 or 24 hours, and then when he comes out, he's all ready to go.
That's pretty good.
He believed me. I was like,
oh my god.
He would. He definitely would. He definitely would. But all in all, WrestleMania, it had its ups and it had its downs and stuff. How do you guys feel about Asuka losing her undefeated streak to Charlotte Flair?
I think that was bullshit. Charlotte had the titles enough times. They should have gave it to Asuka. She deserves to be either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion. Mm-hmm. Charlotte should have just took the fall and took the 1, 2, 3 and let Asuka win it.
Yeah. What do you think, David?
I was going for Asuka that night.
I was too. I definitely was too.
She really had it going, and
Yeah, she did. She did. She did. She definitely did.
Asuka was beating the crap out of Flair, man. But they were making her look like she was beating up Asuka.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she definitely was. One thing I pointed out, and I want to mention, is that earlier, I was mentioned right before you came on, David. I said to Robyn, Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka have one thing in common, and that thing is that they both won the Royal Rumbles. However, both of them lost their matches for their titles. Am I not right? How do y'all feel about that?
Correct. I know that was too much of a coincidence, but yep.
Yeah, it was messed up.
And the cool thing about Nakamura, I loved how they're making him into a heel, which is pretty good. He's gonna be better off as a heel instead of a face. So I like to see where they're taking that angle to.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'd love to see where they're definitely taking that at. All in all,
speak no English.
All in all, it was WrestleMania.
Damn. Oh my God! It's like he's like.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I just speak a little English.
Hey, you see the look on Renee Young's face. She's like, "What?"
I know, definitely. All in all, with WrestleMania, I was entertained. I was pretty much entertained by WrestleMania. I was happy with it.
I was, but I thought NXT TakeOver was the better show.
Yes, NXT TakeOver to me was the better show. On a 1 to 5 scale, I'd have to rate WrestleMania 34 this year. I'd have to give it a 3. David, what would you rate it on 1 to 5 scale?
I'm going to give it a 1.
Robyn,
you going for 1, Rob?
You give it a 1?
I'm giving it a 1.
Give it a 1.
Oh my God! What?
What, man, Scott?
It was all right. There was a couple good matches. That was about it. But I mean, it was all right. Yeah, I know people are going to be hating on me for saying that, but it was. And then I'm going to probably have people come up to me like, "You're just like one of those armchair wrestling fans, thinking this and this and all that. If you don't like it, go watch something else." No, it's not because of that. I don't get wrong. I thought it was good, but it wasn't great. You know what I mean?
Okay. You know what? I'm going to accept your opinion. It's just how you feel about it.
I'm going for number 3. I'm going to take a number 3 this time.
Okay. Average. The reason why I'm going average, I'm going to throw this out there too, is that WrestleMania, someone put up on Facebook, a friend of mine. Actually, it was on Todd from the Imaginarium Podcast on the Podcast City Network. One of his, he mentioned a comment he posted on Facebook. Todd, I'm going to mention this. Todd from the Imaginarium, don't hold back. He speaks his mind. And he spoke his mind. He said, he mentioned about WrestleMania, saying it was basically people loved it or hated it or complained about it. Well, one person mentioned that WrestleMania has not been like WrestleMania in the last few years, where you had stories that built up for the year or last few months, and then it basically exploded on the grandest stage of them all. And you don't see that really anymore, except the only match that they had was Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey and Triple H Stephanie. That right there, that storyline built up over the last month. Actually, if you go back 3 years ago, when Ronda and The Rock were in the ring with Stephanie and Triple H. Am I not right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Robyn? David says yes. What do you say?
I say yes. It like I said earlier on the show, it's like classic 80s WWF, man. You start off with the story, you build the middle, and then when you get towards WrestleMania, you get it all, the anticipation to see what happens on the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was smart what WWE did. And like I said, I do agree with you. The Ronda Rousey, Triple H, and Stephanie match was actually pretty good, and it was all storylined. It was like a little mini movie that had a conclusion, which I was satisfied with.
Yeah, I was satisfied. Were you not satisfied with that storyline, David?
Satisfied.
I was satisfied with it. I definitely was.
What do you think of the Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame?
We didn't even talk about the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
I loved Edge and Christian. I love Ivory.
Yes.
I loved Hillbilly Jim because of Jimmy Hart. I loved Hillbilly Jim's because Jimmy Hart inducted him, and for the fact that I've talked and hung out with Jimmy Hart, I was more excited about that inductee than anything. And it's just Goldberg with his, I was kind of like, It's like, I understand you love your wife and your kid, but come on now. You could have threw more into it. You know?
You know, they should have did what, like Mark Henry said. He should have been in there a long time ago. They need to put Owen Hart into the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they should. What do you think about that, David? They should throw Owen Hart in there. You know, Brett's in there.
Owen should go.
Yeah.
You know, they should throw in Hart as well.
Still see Teddy Hart.
They should throw in Dynamite Kid.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, we're going to throw in Robyn. Robyn's going in.
What did he say?
I said Robyn's going to go in.
Hey, I should go in. Hey, why not, man? Kid Rock, Schwarzenegger, that cool little black boy that came in that was doing a little dancing. You know, he was cool. Why not?
Wait. Little Nicholas will be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame class 2000.
How much you want to bet? I bet you anything in a couple years, Nicholas will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. You watch. Oh man! I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna write the WWE to their headquarters in Connecticut, and I'm gonna ask them. You need to make Nicholas T-shirts.
Oh yeah, they should. I bet you
We're gonna
next week.
Let's call him. We're gonna call him on Friday. We're gonna make a public call.
We should record it. You know, the audio version of it. It'd be like, you listen to a response like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Who's Nicholas?" It's like, he was on the TV. He was at Mania with the big guy Braun. You know what I mean? It's like...
And how much of a bet? No one probably has never done that. Called the headquarters desk if Nicholas was there.
Wow.
They probably didn't.
We're going to have to make that happen. We're going to call it for T-shirts. Robyn, you're going to be the one calling in.
Oh, yeah, I'll call in. I'll be like, is Nicholas there?
Yeah.
No, is Nicholas there? I need to ask him a question.
Player, it's on. Every day, all day.
I wish I was in Connecticut right now. I would go. I would have somebody video camera me Facebook Live, and then walk in there and go to the receptionist and go, "I'm here to see Nicholas."
Oh damn!
Nicholas spreading worldwide after 2,000 million views. That's unbelievable.
I know that is ridiculous.
But think of all the Nicholas jokes out online right now, or the joke where Kurt Angle said TNA is hiring.
Oh, I can't believe he said that.
Oh my god!
Did you see that or hear about that, David?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh man, what do you?
And now Impact
great.
Wrestling is going with it. They're retweeting it every time he says that.
That is crazy. That is. Well, gentlemen.
All right. Alrighty.
I want to thank you for coming on the Everett Lee Show podcast. David.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Oh, it was.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was awesome having you guys back on. It definitely was. Before we do close and everything, David, I'm going to let you plug your podcast, followed by Robyn, and now we'll close the program.
That's right.
So go ahead, David. Go ahead. Plug away.
Well, I want to say thank you again to Everett Lee.
You're welcome.
Having me on the Podcast City Podcast Network.
Podcast City Network.
Whatever you know it is, whatever you've heard it millions.
Oh gosh, don't embarrass Everett.
Delete. Delete.
Go ahead,
I'll go
David.
after Robyn. How's that?
Go ahead, David. No, keep it rolling, man. You're going good. You're going good.
It's the Podcast City Network, David. But like I said, thank you for having me on the Pod City, network, podcast network.
You can't even say it, then, Robyn.
Everybody,
you've been on a few times. David, let David roll with it, man. He was going. Go for it. Let David roll with it, Robyn. I love ribbing you guys. Right? I love you guys. Go with it, David.
Hey, you know what? Thank you for being on. Thank you for letting me be on your podcast tonight. Tonight was really an honor. Like an honor. I'm saying an honor. This is an honor because we all are podcasts. Your podcast team.
Yes.
And if you smell the rocks cooking, for letting us be on, letting me and be on your platform tonight, and
yes,
talking about wrestling, the Deathmatch Wrestling, a little bit there for GCW Game Changer. That's coming up pretty quick. H2O. We just had some really cool stuff going on. Wrestling world down by me on the East Coast, and where you'll always find me on the podcast at deathmatchrussell.com online on the website, and on Twitter at DJDaveNJ32. And thank you for having me on tonight, Everett.
You're welcome. No problem. You're welcome at any time.
And good night. And just remember this, Everett.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
That's the way we're closing it out. How's that?
That's awesome. Robyn, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Everett, it was a pleasure coming on the show again. Always have fun when I'm coming on. Thank you for inviting me on a second time on this kick-ass podcast.
You're welcome.
And I also like to say thank you to Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love. We know you were listening, and we were sending out a text. Please hit us back. And Nicholas, we love you, and we're going to have you on sometime. And everybody,
guy.
Okay, and then everybody can follow my live podcast at Wrestle Popcast on Spreaker.com. Just hit the follow button, and also Wrestle Popcast on iTunes. Hit the subscribe button and rate me. It helps me out a lot. You can follow me at Facebook at Wrestle Popcast, and also on Twitter at Wrestle Low-Popcast. And then also Wrestle Popcast on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. And like I said, Everett, thank you so much for having me on, brother.
You're welcome. You're definitely welcome. And
we
thank
all
you.
have to say together. We should all say it together. Ready? I love you.
Let's do it again. Ready? 1, 2,
Ready? 1,
three.
2, 3.
I love you. I love it. I love it.
And I also forgot one. Hashtag kayfabe will always live.
Yes, kayfabe will always live. I want to thank David C. Russell from the Deathmatch Russell Podcast for coming on. And, of course, Robyn Nelson coming back on for a second time to the podcast from Wrestle Popcast. And you can follow the Everett Lee Show on Facebook on facebook.com/TheEverettLee. Click that thumbs up. Also on Twitter at @TheEverettLeeShow. And you can listen to this podcast and many other podcasts on podcastcity.net. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to head over to podcastcity.net for the latest podcast from the Everett Lee Show, ELS Uncut, Films a Classic, Imaginarium with Todd and Scott, The Grimlock Show, The Chris Carnage Show, and The Super Radio Brothers. Be sure to head over to podcastcity.net on the official website and on facebook.com/podcastcitynetwork. Click that thumbs up, and on Twitter, podcastcitynet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and my guest, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to this podcast. And I'm going to hit the outro music. Well, actually, that was the wrong one. Here's the right one. That's what happens when you have a soundboard full of sound bites. You don't know what to pick. If I pull off these damn sunglasses.
You happy trails.
Yes. Everett Lee signing off. Thank you, and catch you next week for another podcast of Everett Lee Show.